Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Empress of Fortune. Today we're doing a reading. How do they feel about you? This is going to be a very interesting reading. I'm using some kind of unconventional cards and unconventional decks in our reading today. So I'm really excited. And for that reason, I actually did pre-pull all of the cards just because it felt like the right thing to do. But I haven't looked at most of them, so I don't really know what these readings are going to bring, but I think they're going to be fun, funny, exciting, and hopefully you will enjoy them. We've got 8 piles here today. Pile 1 is Hot Springs. Pile 2, Airplane. Pile 3 is Dust. Pile 4 is Forest. Pile 5 is Swamp. Pile 6 is War. Pile 7 is Angsty Teen. And pile 8 is Dancing Shoes. This is the most piles that I've done on this channel so far. I'm excited. Hopefully these will be nice long readings and you'll get as much information as you can. I encourage you to choose intuitively, and you may have messages in more than one pile, especially if you're asking about more than one person or more than one relationship. So make sure if you need to, you can pause the video to make your choices. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video, like and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. I'm so excited to be here to do this reading for you. And let's go ahead and get into it. Hey there, pile 1. If you chose the Hot Springs card, that means this is going to be your reading. As always, we're going to get some identifiers out just to let you know for sure that this reading is going to be for you. I always like to do this because I don't want anybody to waste time watching a reading that is not for them. So these identifiers, the way they work is if any of them have shown up recently in your life, or if they're significant to you somehow, or maybe you heard something about them recently or whatever, then that means that this is going to be your reading. So pile 1, what are the identifiers for pile 1? And since this is a how do they feel about you reading, it could also be related to the person that you're asking about or the relationship you're asking about. So maybe if the person you're asking about mentioned something like this, or if they like something, that has to do with one of these slips, then that can be confirmation as well. All right, pile 1, is that it? Anything else for pile 1? All right, I think that's it. Okay, so we got Chateau Marmont in Hollywood. Interesting. Okay. The number 7, so that could be born on the 7th, living on the 7th floor, apartment number 7, month of July, lucky number 7, stuff like that. Spinach. Maybe you or your person really likes spinach, or you ate something with spinach in it today. Lemon Breland from Heart of Dixie. That is a character from a TV show. We've got Real Love by Mary J. Blige. It's a song. Ballet Slippers, and that could be literal ballet slippers, or it could be a nail polish color by OPI. It's a very pale pink. Silicon Valley from HBO, or it could be just the actual Silicon Valley in the Bay Area of California, but it is a TV show on HBO as well. DJ Tambi, he is a tattoo artist, but I'm also thinking about just being a DJ in general. And then I have Ink Master on here, so this person or you might really enjoy tattoos or have tattoos or something like that. When You're Good to Mama by Queen Latifah from the soundtrack to the movie Chicago. Chicago is also a Broadway play, and then also it just makes me think of the city of Chicago. Nice by Beyonce and Jay-Z. We've got Lights by Journey. So with any of these songs, like I said, you might have heard them recently. You could just really like the songs or something like that. All About Love by Bell Hooks. That's a book. New Blood, and that also makes me think of that show Dexter, New Blood. Familiar, interesting. So yeah, if any of these are familiar to you, then that means that this is going to be your reading. 8701, the album by Usher. Musical album. Teen Girl Squad. So that is an internet web series by the people who did Homestar Runner, but it could also be like you might be asking about somebody who you've known since you were a teenager or who was like part of your teenage friend group or something like that. Nana by Trey Songz. And that being said, like these don't have to be romantic relationships that you're asking about. I allowed for all types of relationships when I did the polls. Tea ceremony. So maybe you really like tea. Maybe you and this person have tea together a lot, or tea parties or something like that. This is also supposed to be like Chinese tea ceremony as well. Casino by Houndmouth. That's a song, but you could also just like going to the casino, especially since we got the number 7. I said lucky number 7. Monopoly. That is the game, but it's also a song by Ariana Grande, Victoria Monet. Privacy. Interesting. So maybe you've like upped your privacy recently, changed your passwords or changed your locks or something. Hand in My Pocket by Alanis Morissette. That also makes me think of like pickpocketing, since we just got privacy and Hand in My Pocket. So maybe somebody just like had a pickpocket situation. Strawberry Ice Cream. Ooh. Location by Khalid. It's a song. Toni Morrison, she's a writer, a novelist. We've got Company by Drake featuring Travis Scott. Signs by Snoop Dogg, Justin Timberlake, and Charlie Wilson. Energy by Drake, so 2 songs by Drake just came out. Interesting. Almost back to back. All Black Everything. Okay. So maybe you or your person who you're asking about likes to wear all black or favorite color is black. Bluebird. That could be an actual bluebird, or it could just be like a song by Miranda Lambert or that poem by Charles Bukowski. We've got Rip Girls. That is a Disney Channel original movie about girls who surf. Poppy Seed Bagel. Interesting. So let me talk about that in a minute. 77. Okay, so we have 777. 7 up here and then 77. So 777, definitely like gambling vibes or casino, right? So some gambling vibes are here. Slot machine vibes. And The London, or just London. So The London is a song. Let me meet me at the London. Who sings that? I'm gonna have to remember. I want to say it's like Ty Dolla $ign is in there or something, but I'm not sure. I think it's Young Thug. But I was gonna say in Silicon Valley, there's one character who ends up going to, I want to say China, somewhere in Eastern or Central Asia, and they end up like getting addicted to opium. And we got Poppy Seed Bagel here, and poppy seeds are like, the poppies are what's used to make opium, I guess. And then also I lit an incense earlier. So that vibe is really strong. So this may be like an addictive relationship that you guys have between each other. But also it could not be, like it might not be. I just felt like I needed to call that out. So I'm gonna write these down in my tarot journal and I will be right back. Okay, so as I was writing these down in my tarot journal, I did get a little bit more of a download. This relationship, of course, if this does not apply to you, that's totally fine. It does not mean this is not your pile, but this relationship could be with a friend. It could be with somebody who is almost like family to you, or it could be with a family member who is also a very close friend of yours. You guys might have matching tattoos. You guys might really like to go dancing together. There could be a little bit of like a push and pull in terms of the friendship, and I think about that because I think about like Lemon Breland here from Heart of Dixie and Teen Girl Squad, and I think that some of her relationships with her female friends in that show were very complicated. So I am going to say this could be a same-sex friendship, family relationship, or romantic relationship, I suppose, but it does kind of feel like friends. And I do think that you probably have known this person for a little while. They may know like a lot of your secrets here with privacy. You guys might like share a password or share a diary or something silly along those lines. And when I say silly, I'm not, trying to judge anybody. I think that's fun. but yeah, you could have known this person for a long time. Maybe you guys were in the same clique. Like I said, it could be a family member, but you guys could have been in the same clique. Maybe that was when you were younger, or even when you're older in your 20s, you guys could have been part of the same group. But yeah, I am going to also say that you guys may have had like some really unique experiences together with Rip Girls here, since that is a movie about girls who surf. Obviously you guys don't have to be surfers, but you may just have some really like unique things that tie you together. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to, and there's also quite a bit of California energy in here as well, so I did want to go ahead and say that, but you obviously don't have to be from California or live in California or anything like that, because we do also have like Chicago mentioned here and London mentioned here as well. So location, which we have Location by Khalid, is not necessarily going to be important, but I did just want to mention that. So yeah, okay, I'm excited to get into this reading, and let's get into it. All right, pile one. So as I mentioned, I did pre-pull all of your cards, and the way that we're going to do this, I decided to use some cards from that game, What Do You Meme, in order to give us some of the download information on how do they feel about you. So whoever you're asking about, we are going to get some meme messages here. This is going to be their secret feelings for you, like the feelings that are not on the surface, their hidden feelings. This is going to be their open feelings. We've got some messages from the Mermaids cards here, which is going to tell us just like a little bit more straightforward how they feel about you. And then we actually got two of those What Do You Meme cards. And then this is an archetype card. So this archetype could either describe the person that you're asking about, or it could describe how they feel about you. So first I'm going to go with my What Do You Meme cards. And I'm going to leave the little like meme messages, the text, until later, but I'm going to do the pictures first. So picture number one, we've got this one right here. Interesting. So it's possible that this person may have dipped out on you, or you may not have seen them for some time. Like I mentioned before, this could be like an old relationship or a relationship with a family member or somebody who you've known for a while, and so you may not have actually seen them in kind of a long time. The second one we have is, ooh, here, this could be, there may be some sort of a grudge being held, if that's the case, or this person could just be very stubborn. They may be, in some cases, waiting for an apology. Maybe you're waiting for an apology from them. That's possible, highly possible. But I am seeing that this person is giving like very indignant vibes. I think also this person does not stay in situations like longer than they have to. I think that they're like going to give it a try, because this is in 3 stages here. We've got like they're here but they are saying bye, this one they're like fading away, and then this one they're actually gone. So this relationship might have kind of fizzled out over time. It may have faded away. Hot Springs also makes me kind of feel like you guys started off like really, really chummy, like really, really hot and heavy. That doesn't have to be romantic. It doesn't have to be sexual. It may just be that you guys like were always hanging out all the time, and like you guys might have been each other's like go-to person. There may have even been like one of you guys had a hot tub, or there was a hot tub involved. Again, like I said, this does not have to be a sexual relationship at all. These could be friends. These could be family members. So take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? What's next? We're going to do our message from the Mermaids. How does this person feel about you? Breaking free. Okay, so yeah, I think that you and this person may be in a no contact situation right now, or very low contact situation right now. I do think with this octopus here, like kind of like holding on to her a little bit, like, sorry guys. I do think that this person may miss you. They may want to reach out to you, but I think, like I said, that they're kind of stubborn. You may want to reach out to them, but you're not sure if they're going to respond well or something like that. But yeah, like I think with this, like you guys are forever tied to each other, just because, you know, octopi have suckers on the bottom of their tentacles. And so I think that you guys have some sort of like unbreakable bond, or bond that kind of keeps you guys stuck together, even if you're not physically together or if you're not in contact right now. And those could be memories. I did mention when we were doing the identifiers that like this might be somebody who you used to be in a clique with, so maybe you have a lot of mutual friends. Or I'm pretty sure I said you guys could have like matching tattoos or something like that. So maybe that is something that's gonna like keep this person always with you, even if you're not really in friendship or relationship anymore. All right, up next we've got our archetypes card. So what is the archetype of this relationship, or how they feel about this person or the person themselves? A reunion. Interesting. So yeah, this does kind of indicate to me that this is a past life, I don't want to say past life connection, but a past connection, like somebody who you already know. You guys could have, and I did mention with like the opium thing, like you guys could have a relationship where like you come back together and then you break apart and then you come back together and break apart. It's like, I just can't quit you, right? So it could be that like maybe you guys share a hometown or something like that, and so you see each other whenever you're in your hometown. But just because this couple here is like kissing on this card, like I said, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could just be that you guys tend to see each other, and it could even be like a high school reunion or group reunion or something like that, right? You guys may not have as close of a relationship as you once did, and I do get the feeling that somebody here is mad. Somebody here seems like they're a little bit mad, a little bit upset, hurt, and they're like literally like they're waiting for something to come through like that. Something could be an apology, it could be something else, but it seems like they're kind of like waiting for something, for someone to say something. Okay, so what else do we have here? These aren't going to be their open feelings. Like these are feelings that everybody knows, that yeah, let's see what we have. We've got the Four of Swords in reverse. That's interesting because that's kind of like this card too. That's kind of similar energy to this card here. And then we've got the Two of Cups. Okay, so yeah, this person does really love you. I think that you guys also like are really evenly matched, and like you both have contributed a lot to this relationship. Okay, it may have been that you were more evenly matched in the past, but now you're different. Things are different. Like with this card, we've got two roses on here. We've got one red and one white, right? So you may have your own very distinct personalities, but I think, and you may live in different locations, different places, right? But I think that like you both have grown and matured in ways that are complementary to each other, and you both have contributed to each other's growth as people. But with this Four of Swords in reverse here, there is like something sick in this relationship here, and you can take that however you want to take it. That word sick is going to mean different things to different people, but I think that there is something that needs to be healed in this relationship. Okay, I'm getting the saying where it's like, don't cut off your nose to spite your face, and we've got here like all these fingers are like cut off, right? So yeah, I feel like there may have been, like I said, somebody cutting somebody else off in here, but it doesn't feel like it's permanent. It feels like the depth of this relationship is so much that like you guys could come back together or could come to some sort of accord or some sort of agreement at some point if you're both willing to heal. And with this Two of Cups here, I kind of feel like you guys are both willing to heal it. I think that you, with this like little skull here being buried underneath the surface, are like willing to let bygones be bygones, but somebody does seem like they have to like come forward, and you guys can't both be the person on the couch. Like you guys can't both be Gavin here. you gotta do something. But I think everybody knows that you guys probably like aren't as close anymore. You guys aren't talking anymore, or that something negative happened to you that was very painful. Like if you see in this card here, like they're crying blood, right? Like this is very, very painful separation or like no contact situation that's going on between you guys. And I feel for you because I really do feel like you guys genuinely like had love for each other. Maybe not anymore, but I doubt that, to be honest. I doubt that. And since this is supposed to be from their perspective, right? How did they feel about you? I think that for some reason, for whatever reason, I don't know that they're expecting you to apologize to them. I think that they maybe know that they need to do something, but they're like really stubborn and don't want to do it, is what I'm getting from this card right here. They're stubborn and they don't want to do it. And it might just be easier for them to think about like, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to just like ghost, or I'm going to just let it go. But with this octopus, like I said, something is pulling them back, or like they're always going to be attached to you somehow. Even if it's just in their memories. Memories, all alone in the moonlight. I don't know why I sang that just now, but I just felt like it. So yeah, they're always going to be attached to you somehow, and they're always going to have love for you, but they know that something is sick in this relationship, and I don't know if they're willing to do the work to heal it. So let's see their hidden feelings for you. Ooh, we got judgment in the reverse. Judgment here in the reverse. Okay, so with that being said, it could be that like there was some like really severe judgment going on in this relationship. And I did kind of allude to that, I think, when I talked about Lemon Breland and Heart of Dixie. A lot of her female friendships, and this, like I said, doesn't have to be a female friendship. It could be a family relationship. It could be a male-male friendship. It could be a male-female friendship. But it could be non-binary friendships. It could be anything. But I'm just using this as an example. In those friendships that she had with people, it did seem like they lived in a small town and everybody knew everybody's business, which I talked about with privacy before. Like, you guys may not have a lot of secrets between each other. And so there was always like kind of like a little air of judgment. And the town was also like very, I don't want to say the town was very religious, but it was like a small town in Alabama, and the town preacher was kind of like a bigger secondary character on there. And so there was always kind of like this like morality that would come up, and like people would do things and then like the rest of the town might judge them for it, right? So there might be some negative judgments between you guys. That could even be like literal like legal judgments but I don't know if that message is not for everybody, obviously. But there's like some negative judgment between you guys. It could be that that's part of the reason why your relationship with this person ended, or if it's like on a pause or on a break right now, it could be because one of you guys felt like really judged. They just wanted to be free to do what they wanted to do, and the other person was judging them. So that could have been like, you might have been the judgmental one, or they might have been the judgmental one. You are the only person who can know that. But yeah, judgment can really be a bad thing for relationships. I do think that there is an importance in holding people accountable. And with the Two of Cups, like, I do get that. And I think that maybe this person got mad that you tried to hold them accountable for whatever they were doing. And it could also, that could be reversed, of course, but like, I'm getting that from this picture right here. Like, they might be like, you know what, you tried to hold me accountable and I'm upset about it. So I'm just going to sit here and sit back, and I'm going to break free from this situation because I want to do what I want to do, and I don't want to feel judged for it at the end of the day. So one of you, I think feels that way, okay? So yeah, let's get our little what do you meme cards for some channeled messages here. And I got, when you show up on a blind date and they're wearing a fedora. You're like, this is not what I expected. This is not what I expected. And, you know, if you're going to go on a blind date with somebody, it's usually because, like, your friends set you up or something like that, right? And you're like, I'm going to peace out. Like, I'm not here for this. I don't want this fedora person. And, like, they're just not what you expected. It's not your style. I think, like, whatever this judgment was, like, you're like, that's not my style. That's not something that I want to do. That's not how I want to live my life. And you also might be mad at the friend who set you up with this person, right? So that's not literal, but it's just like, you know, it's a silly way to explain how this person might feel about you. Then we have, when you step on a Lego. Ouch. Yeah, there's like some severe hurt in this relationship. There's some real hurt in this relationship. And like, that hurt when you step on a Lego, it is like temporary, but it hurts really bad. Like, it hurts really, really badly when it happens. And I do think, you know, it's temporary. It's something that you can get over. But yeah, you might want a foot massage, you know, after that. You might have to like rub your feet a little bit, right? So there is some like restorative action that typically needs to happen after something like this happens. Like when you step on a Lego, you might have to rub your feet. There's some restorative action that needs to happen in this relationship in order to bring things back to a place of reunion. And I think that this person wants that with you, but I don't know that they're willing to take the steps that it would take in order to get that. And I don't know if maybe you're not the one, maybe you're the one who isn't willing to take the steps that it would take to get that, because we do have like two cards here, both about like letting go, right? This person's like, peace out, like I'm done, peace out, right? And then this one is breaking free. But you guys are always going to be attached to each other, always, even if it's just emotionally, okay? Like in this card here, these cups have roots in them. Like these cups have roots in them. So I think that no matter what, you guys are part of each other's lives and histories. And like you might be looking back, even if you guys never reconcile, you might be looking back when you're like in your 80s or whatever, and you're talking to your friends or your grandchildren or your kids or whoever, and you're telling stories from the time that you and this person spent together, even if you don't speak with them anymore. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think, am I going to leave it there? Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like the video, you guys. And also, like I said, you may have messages in more than one pile. So feel free to go ahead and take a look at another pile if you feel so called to, for same relationship, another relationship, whatever you want to do. But thank you so much for subscribing. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 2. Welcome, so welcome to your reading. Thank you so much in advance for subscribing to my channel and for liking this video. If you chose the airplane card, then that means that this is your reading. And the question we're asking today is, how do they feel about you? So this could be any type of relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be familial. It could be friend. It could be like peer, mentor, whatever. But yeah, let's get into it. I did, like I said, pre-pull the cards just because I was using some like unconventional cards. As you can see, I have some cards from the game What Do You Meme here, and I just thought it would be a good idea to pre-pull. I haven't really looked at them though, so this is going to be very new to me as well. All right, so before we get into the actual cards themselves, we are going to do our identifiers. Of course, as always, I want you to feel confident that this reading is for you. So the way the identifiers work is that if any of these have shown up in your life recently, or if they're significant to you somehow, then that means that this reading is for you. And since it is about how does another person feel about you, they could also be somehow significant to that person. So if you know this person pretty well, then some of these might be significant to them, but otherwise you should look for things that are significant to you or have shown up recently in your life. It could have even just been like mentioned in passing, or you might have just like seen it really quickly over the last couple of days or something like that. But okay, let's see. Who's in pile 2, Spirit? Pile 2. Who's our people in pile 2? What are the identifiers for the pile 2 folks? While I'm doing this, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button for me. Who's in pile 2? Pile 2. When you do subscribe, it makes our energy more connected and it makes our readings more accurate for you, which is awesome. Okay, anybody else in pile 2? Anybody else in pile 2? Okay, cool. All right, pile 2, we've got Barney Stinson. He's a character on How I Met Your Mother. So you might be like a big fan of that show. He's played by Neil Patrick Harris. So you might have seen Neil Patrick Harris in something recently. Zach Brown Band, Colder Weather. That's a song. It's a country song. You might have heard it recently, or you might just really like it. Or maybe like the person you're asking about is really into country music or something. Give Me Something Real by Ashford and Simpson. Same thing. We've got Teach for America. So that could just be like being a teacher in general, but that is like a teaching program for new teachers. Cinna from the Hunger Games. Interesting. And you know what? Cinna was mentioned in my dream last night. That's so random. Gabrielle Union. So for those of you who don't know, if you haven't seen The Hunger Games, Cinna was like this designer who worked with Katniss, or if you haven't read it either, I guess, played by Lenny Kravitz in the movie. Ring, so that could be like a ring that you wear on your finger, could also be like a Ring doorbell. Justin Timberlake, okay, JT. Vietnam, so maybe you're Vietnamese, parents could be Vietnamese, maybe you like took a trip to Vietnam or something, planning a trip to Vietnam, something like that. Waterbenders, that is from Avatar The Last Airbender. We've got Big Rich Town by 50 Cent featuring Joe. That is the theme song for the TV show Power. Anne Hathaway, she's an actress, very famously in The Devil Wears Prada and many other movies. Set It Off, Queen Latifah, starring Queen Latifah. We've got Diamond, so that could be, diamond ring. So this might be like somebody that you were engaged to, married to, wanted to be engaged to, or who recently got engaged. If it's not to you, maybe you recently got engaged. Doesn't have to be to the person that you're asking about, but I just wanted to point that out. And then Diamond also is one of the contestants from Love is Blind season 1, so maybe you're familiar with that. And then this could also just be like the gemstone, so maybe like it's not an engagement ring, but it could be like a diamond piece of jewelry or something. We've got Avenged Sevenfold here, so with diamond, like maybe you're wearing diamonds or something like that, or the person you're asking about likes to wear them. Hot Yoga, okay. Breakfast at Tiffany's, that's a movie starring Audrey Hepburn. So with hot yoga, you might be into regular yoga, but hot yoga is when they have like really high heat and humidity in the room, or in the environment, I guess. 500 Days of Summer, that's a movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. Quarter, maybe you like found a quarter recently, or you have a quarter in your pocket. That also sometimes makes you think about the French Quarter. Boys in the Hood, that's a movie. Peanut Butter and Jelly, so maybe you or somebody that you know recently had like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or you might have heard something about peanut butter and jelly recently. Hidden Figures, that's a movie. Janelle Monáe is in there. Gordon Parks, he's a photographer, famous photographer. We've got Carrie, so maybe somebody's name is Carrie. That's supposed to be the movie based off of the Stephen King novel. And then we've got Baby Girl Lisa, so somebody's name could be Lisa, or that is one of the, I don't want to say contestants, but, and I don't want to say characters because she's a real person. That's one of the people who was featured on 90 Day Fiancé, one of the spinoffs of the franchise. It might have been like before the 90 days. Okay, anyway, I'm going to write these down in my tarot journal, and we're going to get into your reading. All right, guys, I'll see you in a second. All right, pile 2. So I did just want to mention that as I was writing down some or all of the slips in my tarot journal, I did get some indications that there may be some jealousy in this relationship. So you can take that or leave that. That may not be a message for everybody, but I got that because of this slip Carrie here. And I feel like, that could also be like bullying. But a lot of the time when people are bullies, it's like because they're jealous. And when I said the thing about the like engagement earlier, obviously that may not apply to everybody, so take that or leave that. Those are just to help you identify at least one of them should be familiar or significant to you somehow. So the cards, and I just like I'm out of breath for some reason right now. I don't know what that's about. Maybe we all need to take like a big deep breath together. All right, guys, I'm gonna hit my little singing bowl. Clear the energy a little bit. I'm gonna hit it again. If you need to take a big breath with me, go ahead. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to use this What Do You Meme card as a indication how this person feels about you. This is an archetype card that's also going to give us just either confirmation how they feel about you, or it could be like a commentary on the type of relationship you guys have, or like what they think about you. Maybe it's what you think about them. These mermaid cards are more of their feelings. And then this is going to be the open feelings that they have. And then this is going to be the hidden feelings that they have, okay? And then we're going to use these what do you mean cards at the end as like channel messages. Or to just add a little bit more fun insight to the reading. All right, so I'm going to start here. Sorry, guys, I'm like a little bit ADD when that comes to, okay. What do you mean? Let's see. How does this person feel about pile 2? Ooh, we got this picture of this cat. It's like lazy cat. It looks like he's sitting outside, or he's sitting like maybe outside somebody's shower. It could just be outside. This looks like a rug next to him. And he's a big old chunky guy. Big old chunk. Okay. But he looks tired. He looks tired. He looks like he doesn't want to do anything. Interesting. So how do they feel about you? Let's go with this next one. Messages from the mermaids is what we're doing next. How do they feel about pile 2? Gentleness. Ooh. And then this guy is like carrying a torch. So this person may have been carrying a torch for you at one point. Okay. That means that they may have like had a crush on you or something. Or they may have like wanted to be your hero. Let me be your hero, baby. Okay. And then how do they feel about pile 2? Re-energize. Ooh. Yeah. I think that like the thought of you gives this person energy. They may want to travel towards you. I know that this like cat card is like giving a little bit like lethargic energy, but I'm also kind of feeling like the way that this cat's eyes are kind of like rolled in the back of its head, it's like a little bit like ecstasy. Like this person might be like, it's like blissed out. Maybe this cat just ate like so much food and they're just like blissed out right now. Oh, you know what? That's so funny. It's like, so I like to do hot yoga, and that's part of the reason why I put the slip in there. But one of the things that one of my hot yoga instructors has said to me in the past, like after I've left the yoga room, they've said like the words blissed out, like, you know, you're just so relaxed after doing all of the stretches and everything that you're just in this state where it's like head empty, no thoughts, just pure feelings of bliss. Okay. And that may be what is going on here. Like, okay, interesting. I'm going to light us an incense because my incense just went out. I'm going to light gold rain for us. Let's see. If you want to use this as like a manifestation incense, be my guest. You can ask for all the positive things that come with this particular scent of incense. So yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Spirit, may pile 2 receive all of the positive blessings associated with this gold rain incense. If you guys have any additional prayers or messages that you want to give to the divine at this time, now's the time to do it. Okie dokie. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and see what is the archetype associated here. How does this person feel about pile 2? Chemistry. Ooh, I told you, I was like, they're like holding a torch for you, pile 2. They're into it. And like with this chemistry here, like this little fire that's going on in the torch, it makes me think that like it's strong because it's like he's underneath the water, right? So it's like it's strong, it's very emotional, whatever this message, this chemistry is that they feel for you. But yeah, you give them a lot of energy. And even with the whole like blissed out thing, like for example, after you do a hot yoga session, like you might be, you know, tired at the end, but it does give you a lot of energy to like go through the rest of your day. I'm also thinking about like being on an airplane for a really long time. You might be like tired and antsy or a little bit, like you might feel lethargic when you're on an airplane for a long time. But once you get off, you might get like re-energized if you're in a new city or something and you like want to go explore. So yeah, these are going to be their open feelings for you. How do they openly feel about pile 2? So this is like the things everybody knows. The Magician, they would do anything for you. That is like, they would pool together all their resources. They would do anything for you. I am going to say this part of this message does not apply to everybody, but they may have also, like, they might be a little witchy. They might have been manifesting you. They might have been like trying to do magic on you. I do not believe in or support love spells, okay? So hopefully they're not trying to do a love spell energy on anybody, but they definitely have been manifesting you, that's for sure. Okay, how else do they feel about pile 2? 7 of Cups. You are like their fantasy, okay? They spend a lot of time fantasizing about you. They really adore you. They may be concerned because they think that you have like a lot of options, or maybe this person has a lot of options. You might both have a lot of options, but they definitely feel like the fire, right? We keep getting this fire, like this torch is here, and then this one has fire like all up and through this card, right? All over here. They feel a lot of, oh, excuse me, guys. They feel a lot of fire for you. And they think of like all these different scenarios that you guys could be in together, okay? They are really interested in you. What are their secret feelings? I want to know about their secret feelings. What are the secret feelings for pile 2? We've got the 5 of Pentacles here in reverse. Okay, so I think there is like a little bit of hopelessness with this card. It makes me feel like even though they believe you guys have chemistry and that you re-energize them, there may be some sort of materials thing that's holding them back, or it could be like distance, since we do have the airplane here. It could be monetary, but also the 5 of Pentacles in some people's interpretations is like a ride or die love, like a love that, like I said, they would do anything for. So it might be like they would do anything for you, but they don't think you would do the same for them. So they don't feel like that ride or die-ness is like reciprocated, okay? And I think that it makes them a little bit sad. Remember, these are their hidden feelings. So like you might not know about this, other people might not know about this. But yeah, I think that they do have a little bit of sadness when it comes to you, which would explain also why we've got this like kitty right here, because he could be interpreted as a sad kitty too, right? I think that this person kind of like swings a little bit between how they feel about you with the 7 of Cups here. Like some days it's like the most amazing fantasy, and then the other days it's like, oh, this is some bullshit. In the like Rider-Waite interpretation of this card, of the 7 of Cups, like some of the cups have like riches in them. Some of them have like really beautiful things in them, whereas others have like snakes in them, right? So like not every cup has something great in it. In this particular one, they all have apples, and the apples all have eyes on them. So this person definitely is like watching you for sure. But also apples, like if you think about the Adam and Eve story, like they're very tempted by you for sure, but apples like may be delicious, but they could also lead to like negative consequences. So also apples could sometimes have worms in them. So it's not a guarantee of like what you're going to get when you bite into an apple. And this person I think is very, like it's like a mixed bag. Secretly it's a mixed bag, and they know that, but you may not know that. What's the secret feelings that this person has for pile 2? This is the 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, hold on, 1, 2, yeah, okay. I just had to count them real quick. This is the 9 of Pentacles. So like they secretly feel really like, so there's, like I said, there's a swing here between feeling insecure and like you might not be their ride or die. And I think that they think you're like, I don't want to say a little too independent, because I think they probably like that about you, but I think they also kind of wish you were a little bit more dependent on them. And that might be the secret feelings here with this 5 of Pentacles. Like you're really independent. They like that about you, but you see how this is like closed off by these feathers here? They might also think you're kind of flighty. I don't want to say flaky, but I will say flighty. And like you might be able to, you know, like close people out a lot, which is why I said earlier, like this cat is outside. I said the cat is outside. I think that they feel like they're on the outside looking in on your life. And like I said, they're watching you. They feel like they're on the outside looking in on your life, and like you don't really need them. And I think that they want you to need them, because I did say like, I can be your hero, baby, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that in this pile. It's only pile 2. They're carrying this torch for you and they want to like be this for you, but you're so independent, it makes them feel like you don't need them. And they would literally give like their last. They would give all of their resources to you if they could. And they're just tired of feeling like they're on the outside looking in, or on the outside like swinging between these feelings that are like really, really good and these feelings that are really sad and like maybe a little bit depressing, right? Like you make them feel some way between bliss and like totally unnecessary, totally inept, totally what's the word that I want to use? I don't want to say useless, but like there's nothing for them to do other than just like wait for you to let them in. They're just waiting for you to let them in. Oh, this is like a sweet energy, but I haven't gotten any red flags yet. I guess we'll see. You know, maybe everybody's not going to agree with this advice. I don't know if I agree with this advice, but my grandma, she used to say before she passed that you should marry somebody as a woman. I guess this applies to women. So if you are somebody who doesn't identify as being a woman and you're watching this video, then I guess you can take it the opposite way. But she used to say, as women, we should marry the guy who loves us more than we love them. That's not to say that we don't love them. Obviously, you should love them, but they should love you more. And I'm kind of getting that energy from here. You might be just like a really strong and independent person. Like, I don't need a man. I don't need a girlfriend. I don't need, somebody else to be in my life and take care of me. This person, no matter what their sex or gender is, they want to be that person who does take care of you and they want you to let them in. And I do think that they have stronger feelings for you than you may have for them. And that's okay, as long as like you are gentle with them. Like if you did decide to let this person in, you need to be really gentle with them. It's okay to, of course, draw your boundaries, as everybody should in any relationship. And it's not good to be totally dependent on somebody else. But this person would they would do anything for you. Okay, that's the vibes that I'm getting. All right, let's see what we have here in the What Do You Meme channeled messages. We've got, when you finally get a text, but it's from your service provider saying you've used 90% of your data this month. Yeah, this person is definitely wishing that they could hear from you. They're wishing that they could hear from you. They're wishing that you would text them. They might be waiting by the phone, but they just haven't heard from you. And it's they got so excited. I don't know if you guys heard, I got a text a little while ago. They're so excited. And it's just it's not you. It's not you. And they're upset about it. They're oh, blah, blah. Okay, what else? When your grandma, I just mentioned my grandma. When your grandma asks you to help her with technology. So it might be that you go to this person for really specific needs. So for some of you, okay, interesting. I just got a text and it's from one of my side hustles, right? And so it was a work text. And it was just interesting because it's early in the morning here. It's before 12 here, and this is a nightlife type of job. So it's just when you get a text and you think it's going to be from somebody else, but it's not, and then it's about work. So you guys might work together, or it might just be this person, you reach out to this person when you need help with something, and they really love helping you. They like seeing you, they like helping you, but they want it to go beyond that. They want it to go beyond what it is. We've got, when all your classmates are eating Lunchables, but your mom packed you organic cottage cheese and baby carrots. So yeah, it's healthy. Sure, organic cottage cheese and baby carrots, that's a healthy meal, but you want the delicious things. You want, to feel the way that other kids feel, or the way that other people feel. And I think that this person definitely fantasizes about the two of you guys being in a relationship, or you two of you guys them providing for you somehow, them being, like I said, your hero, them being that person in your life for you. And that's the Lunchable, and they see everybody else having it and they're sitting when's it my turn, right? When's it my turn? They want that with you really badly. They want that with you really badly. Sorry guys, I saw that there was a glare on these, so I'm gonna move them. Okay. What else do we have? We've got, this is the group that had the most of these messages, by the way. And I think it's because this person probably doesn't feel comfortable saying this to you. When you open a bag of chips and there's only 6.5 chips inside. So I think like they've probably tried dating other people and it just like hasn't measured up to you, or it hasn't been like what they thought it was going to be like. Hasn't measured up. Okay. What else do we have here? I've got when someone who works out starts talking about their workouts. Okay, so maybe you guys see each other at the gym, or I was just talking about yoga earlier. Oh my goodness, this is so spot on. This is like irritating. Irritating how spot on this is. I love that for us though. But yeah, okay, so you guys might see each other at the gym, or it might be that this person is like a little bit out of shape, or one of you guys is out of shape or something like that, but they don't necessarily mind it. And especially with, like I said, like the healthy food, this person or you could be on like a weight loss journey of some kind. But I think that like they like you regardless of how you look. Maybe you might have an issue with how they look, I don't know, but like they like you. And I think, like I said, they're willing to like do what it takes to get you. But yeah, you guys might know each other from the gym or something, or you might talk about your workouts a lot or whatever. We've got when the friend you're supposed to go out with tonight starts talking about how tired they are. So you guys might have had like an appointment for like a date or something. You guys might have had a, I'm gonna move these around a little bit because I'm not sure if you guys can like see them in the camera or not. And I want everybody to be able to see everything, of course. So I'm gonna move these here. Okay. You guys might have had like an appointment for a date or something like that, but it got canceled. And definitely it's giving like disappointed vibes when I pair it with this kitty cat here. They're a little disappointed that they haven't had a chance to like get to know you outside of whatever context it is that they know you from, whether that's work or working out or school or something like that. Last but not least, when you're hungry and your mom says, why don't you have some fruit? Interesting. So yeah, there's definitely like a healthy journey or something like that going on here. Health consciousness, I guess I should say, going on here. And it's like, okay, mom, but I don't want fruit. Like I want the Lunchable. And it's like, maybe I did say like you guys might both have a lot of options, and it's like, okay, this person's like, but I don't want any of these options. Like I want you. I want the Lunchable. You're like a delicious Lunchable. Maybe you're like, no, I am fruit. Maybe you're like, I'm not a Lunchable, I'm fruit. But this person sees you as like that coveted thing, okay? And they don't want their other options. They want you, okay? Oh, this is sweet. This is sweet. You know, you have free will, so I'm not going to tell you guys, like, give this person a chance, blah, 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 because I don't know them. I don't know you and I don't know them. But definitely, like, I would love to hear more about this situation. If you picked this pile, please, like, leave me a comment and let me know what the situation is, because this is, like, the type of drama that I live for. This is the type of drama that I love, okay? So definitely kind of, like, hit me up and let me know what's going on in your situation. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much to those of you who have watched this video all the way to the end. Thank you for your subscription, and don't forget to like the video as well. If you haven't subscribed already yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 3. If you chose the dust card, then that means that this is your reading. As always, we're gonna get out our identifiers from my lip bowl just to make sure that this reading is yours, because, you know, I don't want anybody wasting time watching a reading that is not meant for them. And if these identifiers don't resonate with you, then you can definitely feel free to pick another pile. But at least one of them should be familiar to you, or they may have like shown up recently in your life, or they might be significant in your memories or something like that somehow. And since this is like, how does this person feel about you reading, it could also be significant to the other person somehow in a way that you know about. Okay, so yeah, Spirit, who's in pile 3? Who's in pile 3, Spirit? While I'm getting these identifiers out, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it makes us more connected and it makes it easier for me to read your energy when I do these videos. Pile 3. Who's in pile 3? Who's in pile 3, Spirit? Anybody else in pile 3? This reading for pile 3. Anybody else in here? Okay. Anybody else? Okay. All right. We got it. Okay. First and foremost, Anthony Kiedis, Remy Wolf. Both of those are musicians. Anthony Kiedis is the lead singer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Remy Wolf is a solo artist, but she has a song called Anthony Kiedis. So you might be like a fan of either of those artists. You might know that specific song. Who knows? Blackberries. Those are fruit, but it also makes me think of like BlackBerry phones. The Departed. That is a movie. Sorry, this slip is like so tiny. The Departed. It's a movie starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, and Matt Damon. The Woman King, and Vera Farmiga is in there too, in The Departed. The Woman King is starring our girl Viola Davis. Love her. That is like one of the best movies I've ever seen, actually. Drew Barrymore by SZA. That's interesting that we got both of these. Like, these are songs that are named after famous people. So Remy Wolf has a song called Anthony Kiedis, and SZA has this song called Drew Barrymore. That's wild. Okay, that's like never happened before, actually. Philadelphia. It's a city in Pennsylvania. So you might be like from Philly, you might have taken a trip to Philly. This other person could have ties to Philly. You might have like heard about Philly recently, something about it, or like watched a TV show based in Philadelphia or something, anything. Taste by Tyga featuring Offset. Splinter by Spill Tab. That's a song. I don't want to breathe the winter. Where's then the we did romance novel. Living Single, that is a TV show starring Queen Latifah and several other people. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you might have that in your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or the person you're asking about could. 4th of July, Independence Day in the USA. 4th of July is during Cancer season. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I just did. A Fine Romance by Judith Sills, PhD. That's a book about courtship. She's like a sociologist. West Africa, which I wrote down Nigeria, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin. I'm also going to include Togo in there. We've got Sexy Villain by Remy Wolf, another Remy Wolf song. If you haven't heard her music, you might really enjoy it, and I definitely suggest you go check it out. But that's a good one, Sexy Villain. Sookie Stackhouse. Okay. She is the main character from the True Blood TV series and the Southern Vampire mystery novels by Charlaine Harris. Jessica or Jessica Alba, and then I also wrote down Fantastic Four. So this might just be like a person named Jessica. It doesn't have to specifically be Jessica Alba, but Fantastic Four is written on there too. It makes me think of like a foursome, like a group of 4 people. Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So you could be a fan of his. The Climb by Miley Cyrus. Nick Miller from New Girl. Let's see. Los Angeles, which is where New Girl is set or placed. That's the setting, the city that they live in. And then we have Yellow Jackets. That's a TV show. Speaking of Los Angeles, Anthony Kiedis has strong ties to Los Angeles, and so does Remy Wolf as well. So LA energy all up and through here. So I said Jessica, and the main character of New Girl, her name is Jessica. She and Nick, they have like an ongoing off and on relationship. So this could like indicate an off and on relationship between you and this person, possibly. They were also really good friends at a certain point in mostly throughout the series. And then I was talking about LA and Los Angeles, since we have that here. Tyga is actually also from LA. I forgot to mention that before. So, and Drew Barrymore, of course, she grew up in Hollywood. I don't know if she's from Los Angeles or not, but there's just like a lot of of that energy going on in here today. So I just wanted to mention that. And like I said, at least one of these should be familiar or significant to you or to the person that you're talking about or you're asking about. Just in general. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to go ahead and write these down in my tarot journal. And then I'm going to be right back. Yay. All right, guys. Before I put these cards out, I did also want to say, since we got the Departed as one of our slips, this may also be a reading from somebody who has passed on, maybe a deceased loved one. So that, of course, is not going to necessarily apply to everybody, but I just thought I should say it. And since we did have dust, it reminds me of like dust to dust, right? So yeah, my condolences to you if that is your situation. So I decided to use some kind of unconventional cards in this reading. I got the What Do You Meme cards from the game. We're going to use those. This is going to be like a channeled message that we do at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side. Then we have the person's like hidden feelings about you. We have their open feelings about you, like that you know and everybody else knows. Maybe you're not as aware of them, but like everybody knows about that. These are just some general feelings cards. And then this is an archetype card that could describe how they see you, or maybe how you see them, either way. So I'm going to start off here with this What Do You Meme card. How do they feel about pile 3? How do they feel about pile 3? They have maybe been trying to contact you. They could have been trying to call you, especially, like I said, if this is like from a deceased loved one. Like they are like, this is urgent. I need you to get it. I need you to get this message. This person could have just generally been trying to call you. If it's not a deceased loved one, it could just be somebody who really wants to get in touch with you, or who like calls you with something they're concerned about. Okay. Or calls you with like maybe sometimes like a bad attitude. Because I always feel like this person in this meme is like calling to complain about something, or like to tell something really serious. Okay, let's go here with these ones next. How do they feel about pile 3? Light. Ooh, interesting. Okay. How do they feel about pile 3? Solitude. So we got two very different energies on these cards. If you guys can see them, I'm going to put them over here so that they're a little bit easier for you to see without the glare. This card is very light. This card is very dark. Okay. Yeah, two very, very different energies here. So I think that like this person may see you alone a lot, or they may want to have some alone time with you. I think that you may not have had the deepest connection with this person, or you may not have the deepest connection with this person. You can take that tense however feels right for you, if it's a past connection or if it's a connection that's happening right now. But I do think that they see you as like a positive person with light here, okay? But I'm also getting that they wonder sometimes if you're lonely, or they wonder sometimes if you're spending too much time alone. And that's why I was saying like they want to call you, like they might want to call you to spend some time with you, or they might be, like I said, like concerned. They might want to like check in on you and see how you're doing, okay? But you are a light to this person. Like you light up their life, okay? Whatever. If you want to sing that song, you can. But yeah, they really, like, I'm getting that they like you, and that you bring some positivity to them, okay? Let's see. And you guys also, like, there may be some sort of cultural difference here as well, too, since we do have, like, these two cards are so radically different here. And we do have, like, interracial as well. So there could be some sort of cultural difference here as well. Okay, let's see. How do they feel about pile 3? Friend. They want to be your friend. They want to be there for you. And both of these people are on the phone. Can you see that, you guys? Both of these people are on the phone. This guy's on the phone, this girl right here. She's on the phone. She's got her little cell phone in her hand. So, this person really wants to reach out to you. Like, they want to be your friend. They want to, sorry, I'm going to say this in just a second, but they definitely, like, want to be in contact with you. And, whenever I think of dust, it does make me think of, like, Dusty, like, our Sprinkle Queen, Shira 7 always says. So, like, this person might be like, oh, like, you can't have any friends. Like, maybe you're in a relationship or something with somebody else. And they're like, you can't have any friends. And that's why I said, like, they might want to get you alone. So So maybe you're like always with your partner or always with other people, and they like want to get you alone. It might be that they don't have very much to offer to you other than friendship. Maybe they're in another connection right now, but I'm not really getting that very strongly. I think that like they are contacting you really seriously because they may not have anything else to do but talk. Like they can talk to talk, but they don't really have anything else to offer you. For some reason, and obviously this is not going to apply to everybody, but for some reason it just made me think of like how, people will befriend or write to incarcerated people, and if somebody's incarcerated, obviously like they can't come and see you, right? So like they may not have much to offer you other than to talk to you and like try and be your friend and try and be supportive to you. Okay, so that is obviously, like I said, a message that's not going to resonate for every single person who watches that. It might only be for one person, but I did get that a little bit. And when I said like a light in their life, like you might be like the best, talking to you might be like the best thing about this person's day. They might feel really lonely themselves, and solitude also makes me think of like solitary confinement. I don't know why that's coming through, but they might feel lonely themselves, and like you are just a light to this person, and they definitely really value your friendship, okay? Even if they don't have that much to offer. So what are their open feelings for you? We've got here the King of Cups. Ooh, that's like big daddy energy, okay? So this, if it is a deceased person, it could be a message from your dad, right? But if it is not a deceased person, it could just be like this person really wants to take care of you more emotionally than anything else, right? They really see themselves as building like a deep emotional relationship with you. And like they want to be responsible for you emotionally, okay? How do they feel about pile 3? Temperance. They feel like it's like this is a fated connection, okay? And that doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be like you guys were destined to meet each other. You guys are very important parts of each other's story. You guys are, made of the same material. You guys complement each other really well. I'm also thinking of like blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. I don't know if dust of my dust is like part of that quote. I'm not like a really religious person, but it did just come to mind, okay? So this could definitely be like a passed on family member or just somebody who is like unavailable to you right now, but like they definitely want to reach out to you and they want to speak with you and they want to offer you support, emotional support, most importantly. And they really see you as like an angel. We got that light here. They see you as like a very angelic presence in their life, okay? How do they feel? What are their hidden feelings about pile 3, sorry. You may have messages in pile 4. I haven't done pile 4 yet, so I don't know. We got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, okay, that's making me think, like I said before, they do not have what you want in terms of like stability, okay? This is a card of like family legacy. This is a card of like true wealth and riches that go generational, okay? So they may have a lack of being able to give you what it takes to create that generational bond. This could be, again, if it is a passed on loved one, it's most likely a family member from a generation ahead of yours. But they really want to support you. So like if you have a practice of reaching out to your guides, your angels, your ancestors, this person is one of the people who's like always there to answer that call whenever you do call to them, or if you're like a praying person, if you pray to them and stuff like that, like they're there for you. They do wish that they could be there more in person. If they're not able to be, they wish that they could be, but they really like want the best for you, even if they're not able to contribute to that. Okay, so like let's take it back to like the Dusty situation. Let's say it's not, like a family member or somebody. Maybe let's say it's like a Dusty. This person, they really, really want what's best for you. They think you're great, but they know that they cannot give you what you need and desire in a relationship. So they're like willing to settle for friendship. And like maybe they feel like they're in the friend zone or something and they're never going to get out of the friend zone. And you know what? They're okay with that. They might be working towards it, but I'm like not really getting that energy of them trying to work towards it. I think that they've kind of just like settled and known like, you know what, I'm just going to settle for being their friend because I like having them in my life. and circumstances are such that I can't be anything more than that right now. All right, so it's so funny. This is a channeled message. You guys, this pile is the only pile that only got one, and I kept shuffling that deck like so many times. I was like, are there any more? And nothing came out. So let's see what additional information we have for this. We've got when you fart in someone else's car and all the windows are rolled up. Okay, this is giving me more of that incarcerated energy here. And the word car isn't incarcerated, but it's like when you're trapped in a situation that kind of stinks, okay? But I'm just thinking about like pairing it with this picture, right? Like how a meme goes, right? So it's like, you're like, I need to call somebody. I need to get out of this situation. I need to call someone. I'm reporting you, right? I'm reporting you. But I think also it's just like this whole thing about you guys might be able to laugh together, or you might be really, really comfortable with each other, right? Because it's like, you're not going to fart in somebody's car with all the windows rolled up unless you're really comfortable with them, I think, anyway. But I think you guys have like a really deep level of comfort together, and that's a really beautiful thing. But there is like a feeling of being a little bit trapped here. So you could be, I guess, in the same place, since it's like they're in the car with you or whatever. But I think that I'm getting strong vibes of you guys being unable to be together physically. That may not apply to everybody. And if you guys are in the same place and you guys do have like an active friendship, then I would say that like this is a person who feels like they can call you when something's going wrong in their life. This is a person who, sees like a long-term friendship with you. This is a person who really feels like you're, like I said, an angelic light presence in their life, who's somebody who's there when they feel lonely. When there's nobody else by their side, like you're going to be by their side and you're going to be cheering them up, okay? You guys probably have a lot of laughs together and you just really crack each other up, and it could be like a very joyful relationship. But I do kind of think that there is like this sense of wanting to provide more or be there more or something. And like with the whole farting thing, it's like, it's like gross out behavior that can be funny and silly. But I think that they want to sometimes like move, and it's like light, right? They want to move beyond the lightness of your friendship and maybe have something a little bit more serious, whether that's a more serious friendship or an actual relationship. I think that they want just like something more serious, but they definitely believe that you guys were like meant to be in each other's lives in whatever way it is. Like your relationship together is fated. And, even if you guys are like two mountains next to each other, you're your own independent entities, you're always going to be next to each other and you're always going to be connected and grounded together. All right, guys, that is all that I'm getting for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Feel free to leave me a comment down below and let me know how it resonated for you and who you asked about. I absolutely love reading for you. Please like the video and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi there, Pile 4. If you chose the Forest card, that means that this is going to be your reading. I apologize if you can hear in the background. There's some construction outside, so sorry for that. I am going to ring my singing bowl, so if you want to use this time to take a deep breath in, that would be great. In 3, 2, 1. All right, that's good. We just cleared a little bit of the energy from the other piles. All right, so as always, I am, of course, going to be using our lip bowl identifiers to help you to ensure that this pile is for you. I hate for people to waste their time watching piles that are not for them, so I always like to do this at the beginning. While I am finding out who's in pile 4, if you want to go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for me, that'd be great. Spirit, who's in pile 4? These identifiers should be significant to you somehow, or they may have shown up in your life recently, Or since you are asking about another person, it could be significant to the other person instead of being significant to you. It could have also been like a topic of conversation between you and the other person, something like that. Who's in pile 4, Spirit? Who's in pile 4? My forest pile. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, pile 4. All right. Yay. Is there more? I don't think so. All right, let's see. Who's in pile 4? I've got Death Cab for Cutie. That's a band. We've got Oklahoma. So maybe like you're from Oklahoma, or you've passed through there recently, or you heard somebody talking about Oklahoma, or it just showed up in your life somehow. Cardi B. Maybe you're a fan or they're a fan. Katara from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So that could be like your favorite character or something. We got Love by Tiana Taylor featuring Ms. Lauryn Hill. That's a song. Hey Arnold. That's a TV show, like a vintage Nickelodeon cartoon. Breaking Free by Zac Efron and Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical. I was literally just listening to that song like 20 minutes ago. And also I realized that Zac Efron is definitely not singing on that track. I don't know if Vanessa Hudgens is singing on that track or not, but I wrote the slip and I'm not going to change it, so it is what it is. God Must Have Spent a Little More Time on You by NSYNC. We've also got Pecan Pie, or some people say Pecan Pie. Driving at Night. Okay, maybe you like to go for night drives, or maybe you and the person you're thinking of like to go for night drives together, or you guys might only see each other at night. Mia Thermopolis. That is the main character from the Princess Diaries movies and book. We've got Lobster, which also makes me think of like Maine and New England, but lobster just in general. Could have also been like somebody got really sunburned and somebody said you look like a lobster or something. Juicy by Doja Cat featuring Tyga. Now I'm thinking about like a juicy buttery lobster. Oh. Okay. We got Jamaica. I don't know why I just said it like that. I'm also thinking about now Jamaica Queens because I was just listening to Nicki Minaj. Painting. So you could have talked about a painting, or you might be a painter or something like that. That could be painting houses, it could be painting art, it could be things like that. Girlfriends, the TV show, starring Tracee Ellis Ross as Joan. Amber, that could be somebody's name. That could also be the song by 311, or it could refer to Amber from Love is Blind. I do have season 1 on here, but there was also an Amber on season 4 of Love is Blind. Sex and the City, the TV show, starring Sarah Jessica Parker and others. Bon Iver, AUATC, which stands up for Ate Up All Their Cake. Ron and Tammy from Parks and Rec. And as for the Ate Up All Their Cake, it might not be that you know this song, but it could be like somebody literally ate your cake the other day. Or recently or something, I don't know. Ron and Tammy from Parks and Rec, if you know, you know. Tammy 1 and Tammy 2. I didn't specify. Strobe Light by Little Dragon. That's a song. Strobe Light. Okay. John Wick. The John Wick series. Ultraviolet Blue. Okay. Sufjan Stevens. He is a musician. The number 5. So that could be like you live on the 5th floor. You have the 5th apartment. There's like a 5 in your address or at the start of your address. The month of May. You could have 5 people in your family, something like that. Lucky number 5, scene 555, things like that. Key tattoo. So you or the person you're asking about could have a key tattoo, or maybe you were thinking about getting a key tattoo, or maybe you recently saw somebody with a key tattoo. Bob Marley, famous Jamaican musician. So we did have Jamaica come out. So Jamaica, Bob Marley, there's a little connection there. Interesting. Rules by Kill You Manti, that's a song. And Yacht. Ooh, fancy. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and write these in my tarot journal. I'll see if I can come up with any more connections here. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay. All right, pile 4. So I did a pre-pull of these cards because I just feel like it'd be easier since I'm using some kind of unconventional ones. I've got some what do you meme cards here that are going to give us an idea of how this person feels about you. We've got some messages from the mermaids cards that are just straight up about the feelings. This archetype card is going to tell us like the nature of your relationship with this person or just what they think about you and how they feel about you. And then we have these 2 different types of tarot cards, which these are going to be their open feelings right here, and these are going to be their hidden feelings, okay? So we're going to leave those for a little bit later. And these text cards, so this is like a picture and this is the text that goes with the meme. These we're going to open up a little bit later as some channeled messages. So I'm going to go ahead and put those to the side. All right, so what do you meme? Let's see, how does this person feel about pile 4? How do they feel about pile 4? Oh, okay. This is so funny. We always love to see this picture. The number 38 could be significant somehow to somebody. I just thought about 1738. That's Fetty Wap's little, like, one of his call numbers that he says on his songs. Maybe it's like his producer, I don't really know. Anyway, yeah, okay. So definitely getting chaotic energy here. And then the forest and the fire here is making me think of forest fire. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I just say the things that come to me. All right, pile 4. Let's see. How does this person feel about pile 4? We've got magic. Ooh, magic. Okay. What else? How does this person feel about pile 4? Acceptance. Okay. And last but not least, what else? Awareness. Interesting. Okay, so I feel like this person thinks that you have some special power. That could be a special power over yourself, like you're just a really powerful person, or it could be a special power over them or over other people. And it's one of those things where they're kind of like, okay, I figured out who you are with this awareness here, and I kind of just have to accept it. And I accept that like you have some sort of special thing that other people don't. And whether that special thing that you have is like good or bad, it's not really relevant. It's just there. It is what it is, and this person has like accepted that about you, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because of this picture here. Like on their own, I think that these cards would seem very positive, and this person, like, they could very well have, you know, a positive opinion of you or feel positively about you. But along with this picture here, it definitely seems, like I said, like there's some sort of like chaotic element to it, possibly destructive, but maybe not. Okay, let's see. How does this person feel about pile 4? Artist. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I think that they, like I said, see you as a very powerful person, but they also see you as like maybe a master manifester. Like an artist is able to take something from their brain and put it out into the world, right? They can see you doing that. So whether this person genuinely believes that you have special powers or like you're like magical or not, maybe you do practice like witchcraft or something like that, but they just know that you have the ability truly to like create whatever you want in this life. And I think they're a little bit scared of it, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. How does this person feel about pile 4? We've got 5 of Wands here in reverse. And then we also have the Empress here in reverse. Interesting. All right, so 5 of Wands is like there's no competition. Normally there would be people competing and like people, you never know who has the advantage, but here in the reverse it's like there's a clear winner, there's a clear advantage. And especially when we see this card, I'm going to turn it upright just a little bit for you guys, like this is being barraged. This little squirrel has his crown on, or her crown on. They've built themselves like a shelter, and even like the heavens above cannot get to them. They are so protected and so prepared that it's like anybody who tries to beat them down, it doesn't matter. It's like they have a force field. And so that's how they see you, is like you might be both a little bit vengeful but also fiercely protected. So like if anybody tries to step to you, it's like I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and goes back to you. Like somebody tries to attack you, it's going to go back to them. This person may have even tried that, okay? But they see you as just being so well protected and so powerful that it's like, wow. With the Empress here in reverse, that does let me know that I think they're a little bit scared of you, because the Empress in reverse does rule through fear and not through love. Okay, so they may think that about you. They might be a little bit scared of you. They see just the Empress has full charge of everything. Not only is she completely protected by the Emperor, but a state, by her knights, by all of the kings and queens that come before her, but she has everything she needs. She is, powerful in her own right. And when the Empress is upright, it's like really beautiful and benevolent. But when it's in its reverse, that's when we get some kind of like scary stuff. It makes me think of like the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, when she's like, cut off their heads, and they have to go and paint the roses red because they accidentally planted white ones, and if she sees the white ones, she's going to get upset and angry. It's like this person, this Empress, she has to have her way, and she has to have it now. It's like when Violet Beauregard in Willy Wonka is like, Daddy, I want it now, right? She's impatient, but she has the ability to be impatient, because if she wants something, she expects that all of her attendants are gonna get it for her. Like she's the Empress for a reason, because she has that power. Here we have their secret feelings for you, okay? How do they secretly feel about Pile 4? Oh, interesting. Father of Cups here. That is the King of Cups in this deck. So I'm gonna move some of these over so that we can get some space for the channeled messages that are going to come in a minute. But Father of Cups here, this is like a surprise. They might be scared of you, but they're also like, they really respect you. They respect how caring you are. They respect your like emotional maturity and your emotional depth. They may even actually be a little bit in love with you, to be honest. But I wouldn't be surprised by that, because we do have the acceptance here. I think, like I said, this person knows exactly who you are and accepts you for it. Other people might be a little bit scared. They might even be a little bit scared, but they see what you do as art. They see what you do as magic, okay? I'm trying to think of like an analogy. I guess the analogy that came to my mind was like a graffiti artist who goes and puts their graffiti up on a building. Some people might think that that's destructive, but other people see it for the art that it is and can be, right? It's like this house on fire might not literally be a house on fire. It might just be like, some sort of quote unquote destruction of property right there, like with the graffiti. But this person really accepts your viewpoints, and they accept all of you, even the parts that are a little bit maybe unconventional or a little bit fiery, okay? But yeah, they have a lot of respect for you, and they also may think that you guys are like soulmates, or they may think that you guys are just like linked in some way, in a way that they really enjoy. Like they like to be around you for sure. I did just get this thing about like, since we have the Empress here and the Father of Cups here too, the Empress is often seen as like a mother figure, especially you can see here, like she does have her big belly, and there's not a baby in there, but a lot of the time you will see her as being pregnant, or just like with like just like an abundant figure, I guess I would say. So there may be questions here about if you are a parent, like your parenting skills, or if you're not a parent, they might question if you would like to be one, if you'd be a good one, things like that. But that doesn't mean that they don't respect you. And you may not want kids. If you have kids, you may have different feelings about what it means to be a good parent here or there than this person does. And just because you guys disagree doesn't mean that you guys can't get along about it. Because like I said, this person accepts you. They are aware of how you feel and how you think. And they see you as being, just like I said, really powerful. So they're going to stick by you with this Father of Cups. They're definitely going to stick by you, okay? Sometimes the Father of Cups is seen as like a single father kind of figure. So that obviously is not going to be relevant to everybody, but it could be relevant to someone, since I felt like I needed to say it. Okay. These I'm going to use as channeled messages, so I am going to put them like kind of in conjunction with this meme right here, but I'm also just going to use them on their own. So how do they feel about pile 4? We've got when you're swimming and your foot grazes some seaweed. So yeah, like I said, I think that like there's like a little bit of like a scary like ugh, and you get a little upset for a second, but you move on. But there is like a little bit of scariness there. How else do they feel about pile 4? When your outfit's on point, but your date cancels on you last minute. So that may have actually happened between you guys. Yeah, okay. I think, like I said, there's something about like your artistry, and that could be in the way that you dress. It could be in the way that you present yourself. You guys might like make a really stylish pair or something like that, but I think that they see, like with the idea of you canceling last minute, like I said, there's like some sort of like chaotic thing going on because you guys had plans, or at least in this scenario, had plans, and then all of a sudden at the very last minute you cancel. Maybe they didn't tell you why, or maybe you didn't tell them why or whatever, but chaotic a little bit. And then finally we got when you come back from vacation and your guinea pig is dead. That is like so perfect with this picture here. It's like, okay, I you know what, it's crazy. I did say that they might question like your mothering skills, right? And so like that's this here. When you come back from vacation and your guinea pig is dead. So I think that they kind of feel like you are maybe a little bit self-absorbed when you get into this space of your magic or your art or whatever it is that you are so into. And with the forest here, it reminds me of that saying, like, you can't see the forest for the trees. Like, they might kind of think that about you, where you maybe like miss the bigger picture because you have your head so deeply in whatever it is that you're creating at the time. So I think that they do worry about your effects on other people. They do worry about your awareness of what's going on around you, okay? But I also think that at the end of the day, like, they know that like you're aware of the things that you choose to and want to be aware of. And like sometimes you make choices that might not be the best for everybody, but it is what's best for you. And I think that they accept that, okay? You definitely scare them a little bit, but not in a way that is like long-lasting or hurtful. Okay, so I actually did get a little download about, and this is not going to apply to everybody, of course, but there may be somebody here who you are not in touch with your parental counterpart. And I'm meaning like if you're a parent, then you know your child has another parent and you're not in touch with that person. And when I was writing down these in my journal, my tarot journal, I was thinking about this one specifically, when your outfit's on point but your date cancels on you at the last minute. And it might be that you guys like had everything together, like you might have been pregnant or something like that, and you had everything together and you were ready to be parents together, but then at the last minute you changed your mind, or you bailed, or you left, or whatever. And you know, I'm not a judgmental person. I'm just a tarot reader on YouTube. So I'm not judging anybody, but that did come to mind for me. And so I feel like this person, I think have come to accept the fact that like you're not there or you're not involved, and they've accepted that like you maybe are a rolling stone, or you're like an adventurer or something. But they do kind of feel like even if like, let's say that you did leave them or you left the situation or whatever, then I kind of feel like they think it's okay. Like they think that everything works out for a reason, and I think that they're secretly really enjoying themselves as a single parent if they are. And it's like, even though this house is like on fire, and that could be like the dream that you guys had about, you know, raising the child together or whatever, like, you know, the kid is still happy. The kid is still happy. And so like that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So I think that that's where this acceptance comes in. Okay, so yeah, that's a very specific message. I don't know who that is for, and it's probably not for everybody who sees this pile, since it didn't come out until the very, very end of me filming this, but I did feel like I needed to say it. Okay, pile 4, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this reading here. I hope that it resonated for you. Feel free to leave me some comments down below, and thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. I will see you soon. Bye. Hey there, pile 5. If you chose the swamp card, then this is going to be your reading. As always, I'm going to go ahead and get some identifiers out from our lip bowl, just so that you can be sure that this reading is yours. So if any of these are familiar to you, significant to you somehow, if they've shown up in your life recently, or if they're significant to the person that you're asking about, then that could also mean that this is your reading. While I'm stirring this to find out who's in pile 5, you can go ahead and hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe, it makes us a lot more connected, and it means that my readings for you will be more accurate, or even more specific, I guess I should say. Who's in pile 5? Who's in pile 5? Anybody else in pile 5? Anybody else in pile 5? Who's in pile 5? Anybody else in pile 5? Anybody else in pile 5? Okay, cool. All right, let's see. We've got Summertime in Paris by Jaden and Willow. And you know what? This song is not actually, the song I'm about to say is not actually in the lip bowl, but I opened this up, and as I was opening it, I thought it was going to say Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar, but it obviously doesn't say that, and I don't even have that song in there, but I just felt like for some reason I thought it was going to say that, so I'm going to add that to the list. Swimming Pools, the one where he's like, pull up, drink. Dig in My Grave by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper from A Star Is Born. I love that one. Dig in my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It's funny we got water signs when we got swamp here. Swamps have water in them, obviously. It makes me think of Shrek, where he's like, get out of my swamp. Whatever he says. Half and Half, that's a TV show, but it could also be like half and half creamer for your coffee or whatever that is. When I Look to the Sky by Train, it's a song. Roller coaster. So maybe you really like roller coasters. Maybe you were recently on a roller coaster, or you saw one recently, like you were driving by it on the highway. I don't know. Number 9. 9 is also a song by Willow and SZA, but this could be like you live on the 9th floor of your building. Your address has a 9 in it. You have 9 people in your family. You're September, or something to do with September. Maybe you were this other person who was born in September, born on the 9th. Things like that. You could be saying 999. I've got road trip. Okay, fun. Maybe you recently went on a road trip, or you're planning to go on a road trip or something like that, or you just really like road trips, or you like think back to a special memory about about a special road trip often. Voice. Sorry guys, that's my dog. He thought he heard somebody at the at the door. It's funny he barked as soon as I said voice because that's like his voice. International. So maybe you're going on an international trip or you just got back from one, or your parents could be from 2 different countries or something like that. You might have lived in a lot of different countries yourself, or the person you're asking about could have. Swing Swing by the All American Rejects. It's a song. We've got Nobody's Supposed to Be Here by Deborah Cox. It's another song. Car trouble. Car trouble on a road trip. Maybe that happened to you recently, or to the person that we were looking at, their feelings. We've got earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So with both water signs and earth signs, that could be your big 3 or your Venus. So sun, moon, rising, or Venus for either of you. Sorry if you guys can hear that construction outside. They're like being really loud. Houston, like Houston, Texas. It could also be Houston, like the street name in New York or something like that. Or somebody's name could be Houston or Houston. And then we have Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. All right, pile 5. Hush. All right, pile 5. I'm going to write these in my tarot journal and I will be right back. All right, pile 5. So I pre-pulled our cards today. We've got a few different things here. I'm going to use the What Do You Meme cards as a way to do some channeled messages and just get like a picture to kind of interpret of how they feel about you. We've got some feelings cards here, at least just one. I think your pile is the only pile that came out with only one of those. I have an archetype card here that's going to tell us how they see your relationship or how they feel about you. Then these memes, like I said, or these meme text pieces are going to tell us some channeled messages. I'm going to save those till the end. This is going to be their out loud feelings for you, their open feelings, things that like you probably know or other people definitely know. And then these are their hidden feelings, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put all of these to the side, and we're going to start off with this one. How does this person feel about pile 5? Oh, okay. She looks tired. She looks exhausted. I don't know why she's like looking at this plug in the wall, but yeah, she is like crumpled down to the floor. She's tired. All right. How do they feel about pile 5? Decisions. They might just be trying to decide how they feel about you. Like, this could be causing them like turmoil or something. You could be weighing very heavily on their brain, pile 5, okay? And they have a decision. It seems like they have a decision to make when it comes to you. And it's interesting because we have swamp here, right? And then this mermaid looks kind of like she's like in a huge bed of seaweed. And it gives me just like similar vibes, you know what I'm saying? Interesting here. All right, how does this person feel about pile 5? Virgo. Interesting. We got earth signs that came out before. And then these peacock feathers are also giving me like this similar like swampy vine energy here. You guys see what I mean? So yeah, this person, like there may be some sort of like perfectionism, or like they might think that you are like a little bit of a perfectionist or something. They might think that you're like a little too stressed, or like you maybe don't trust yourself to make the right decision about something. And I think that if that's the case, like if they feel like that about you, they could be a little bit worried about you. It also, sometimes Virgos are known to be kind of critical. So there may be like feelings of being criticized, okay? Maybe they're feeling criticized for their decisions and it makes them feel stuck when it comes to you, okay? Virgo is like the only human figure, is that true? I think so, in the zodiac. So I want to say Aquarius is like a water bearer. Does that count? I don't really know. I'm gonna have to think about that one. But I think that like they feel like they should be allowed to make mistakes or make the wrong decision, but sometimes there's like this idea of perfectionism that like keeps them from doing that, and it has something to do with you. All right, how did they feel about pile 5? Queen of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Queen of Swords is like very, I did say critical earlier. She's a critical thinker. She's very intelligent. She is a great orator. She knows how to speak very well. She could be like a teacher or a lawyer or something to do with data, like a scientist or something like that. But when we also think just about like literal swords, like it takes a lot of skill and a lot of precision to be skilled with a sword, and you have to do a lot of training. So like I think that this person respects you because they see where you're coming from and they see how much experience you have, but they're also a little bit afraid of you with like, look at these dragons, like this queen is ready to slay all these dragons, right? Slay. And they may think that about you, like they may think like slay, but they're also very, very aware of like your power. And with this, like this Queen of Swords here, she's actually blindfolded, and it is giving a little bit of like justice, the justice card. So with the Queen of Swords here in the upright, I don't think what you're doing is unfair, or I don't think the criticism I don't think the criticism that you're giving is unfair, but I do think that it makes this person feel stuck, like I said, or maybe like they can't measure up to you. No matter how hard they try, they might not be able to measure up to you. All right, how else do they feel about pile 5? Knight, this is the Page of Cups. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so I'm getting like very much like self-care queen here, okay? I think that you might be really quick to cut other people off in the name of your self-care, okay? And that might be something, like I said, that everybody knows about you. This person definitely knows it about you. And it kind of seems like you're giving off very like unbothered vibes by whatever emotional turmoil that they feel when it comes to you. Sorry guys, I forgot that YouTube doesn't like doesn't like the titties, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. So yeah, I think that this is giving off like very luxurious vibes. You might be single, newly single, or single for a long time. Of course, that's not going to apply to everybody who's watching this video. And I can't really tell if this person has like a romantic interest in you. I don't feel that way because just of the basis of the cards. But I do think that I just got that song, Better Off Alone by Alice DJ. Like, they might feel like you think you're better off without them, or like they slow you down with the swamp here. And I said like all these like tendrils and like seaweeds and stuff. Like, they feel like they get you caught up when you could be out here slaying dragons with efficiency on your own in half the time, and then back at home for a bubble bath, while they would still be like stuck in the swamp asking you to get them out. You know, I definitely think this person feels like they drag you down, and you're just so efficient, and also probably like so kind and sweet. They really, really think that like you're a good person. They think you have it all together, and I think it makes them feel insecure. So that's not your problem. To be perfectly honest, if they feel insecure, that is literally not your problem at all. That's something that they have to deal with. What are their hidden feelings for pile 5? Father of Swords. That's crazy. We got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords here. So traditionally, whenever we see like a divine counterpart here, okay, that is a good thing. But since these are secret feelings and they haven't made them known, they really do see you as being someone that they would want to grow old with, okay? The King of Swords and Queen of Swords are like the oldest couple in the tarot. And I think that they would want to grow old with you, but they also see, like I said, that you might be better off without them. And so that might be like they're hanging back. I think that they're trying to make the choice as to whether or not, I mentioned that there's like a plug here before in this picture where this girl's like kind of staring at the plug. They might be trying to decide like, should I plug in or not? Should I try and like plug into this person's life because they're doing so well? And I would have to like cut through all of these like defenses and stuff around them. But the defenses, I don't think, are like you've imposed these defenses. I don't feel like you have like walls really high up or you're hard to get to know or anything like that. I think that it's just like there is so much context to your life, and this person is not entirely sure that you would even want them as a part of it. They definitely think that they could contribute because they are the King of Swords here. They're not coming in as like the Page of Swords or the Knight of Swords, and they're not coming in the reverse. I do think that they could contribute, but they want you to want them for like how smart they are or how capable they are. And I don't know that they've been able to show that to you yet. And so I kind of think that they're just like sitting around wondering, how can I get them to, you know, recognize that I would be a good partner for them, because they're so able of doing everything on their own. Do they really need me? But they know that they have something of worth. Like this person that you're asking about knows that they have something of worth for sure. This could also be a situation where like you might be a single mom, because the Knave of Cups can represent a literal child. And so they might be wondering like, do they even want a partner? Like they've been doing this whole, you know, single mom thing or single dad thing on their own. Do they even want a partner? Even though I think that I could contribute to their life. This person could be older than you. They could have already been married. They could be divorced. You know, take that as it resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine. But I think that they are very logical and they want to come into this for the best benefit of everybody involved. They're not like rushing to make an emotional decision about their relationship with you. They are very calculated. It might even be to the point of seeming cold, but I don't think that they have that cold personality. Like you're very, obviously they think you're very warm, because we do have this Knave of Cups here. They think you're very warm. They think you're very kind. They think that you're like, if you're not fully emotionally intelligent, you're more emotionally intelligent than they are. And you are working on developing that emotional intelligence, especially when it comes to self-care, and if there is a child, when it comes to parenting. But yeah, they feel like they want to get to know you, but they feel like there's so much happening in your life around you that it makes it hard for them to do that. But they are here with their sword, ready to like, you know, dismantle the walls that are between you guys, or to cut through the context that keeps them on the other side of where they want to be. Okay, so let's see what kind of channeled messages we have here. What do they think about Pile 5? When you realize that there are 7 billion people on this planet and you still can't find someone to enjoy a taco with. Yeah, see, like they really want to be that person for you. You might have been, if you are single, you might have tried dating a lot and like it hasn't worked out. But they really would like to be that for you, I think. All right, how else do they feel about Pile 5? When you say you speak a little Spanish and they try having a full-blown Spanish conversation with you. So you guys might actually speak different languages. That's so funny. But I think also like this person thinks that you're smarter than them. They feel like they are smart, but you're smarter, is what I'm getting. They're smart, but you're smarter. And I wouldn't say it bothers them. I think that it actually is really intriguing to them. I think they actually really like that about you, but they're trying to figure out, like I said, like what can they do to impress you? They want to impress you with their intelligence. I said that earlier. And they're trying to figure out what they can do to impress you, to make it so that you like them. Maybe they tried doing this earlier. I'm thinking about a Key and Peele skit that I saw where Jordan Peele is at this restaurant with this lady. He's on a date there, and she's like, "Ooh, this restaurant's so fancy." He's like, "Yeah, it's supposed to be the best French restaurant in town, but don't worry, you know, like I speak French, so I'll help." And the waiter, who is Michael Keegan Key, he comes and he starts telling them, you know, all the specials and the stuff on the menu in mostly French, but a lot of the words that he's saying are like literally just nonsense words, like they're not anything. And Peel is like, what's going on? But he doesn't want to look stupid in front of his date, so he can't accuse the waiter of using nonsense words, right? And then it turns out that she speaks French. And she just like was hiding it from him the whole time, right? Trying to see like if he really was living up to his promise of being a French speaker. So it might, that is just like a silly skit that I saw, but it might have relevance to you. What does this person think about pile 5? When someone tells you that you look tired. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I did mention that like somebody might be a little bit older. And whenever I think of like looking tired, it makes me think of like people like looking old. But definitely like that goes with this picture so well, because it's like this person definitely is tired. They're tired of trying to make a choice. They don't know what to choose. They are like, I would rather just stay at home. Maybe they're trying to figure out like what they want to do for their shoes, or what they want to put on, or what they're going to plug into the wall, whatever. But they're like, I would just rather not think about any of those things. So I think that they're kind of tired of thinking about you. This person might think about you a lot, so much, like I said, that they get bogged down in thoughts of you. They also may think that you could use some more time for self-care, okay? That you maybe are doing just like little things for self-care. Maybe you should be doing more. And it's not like because you look so tired, but because they feel like you deserve it. And you do so much already and you deserve it, okay? What else do they think about pile 5? When you hear a recording of your own voice, they definitely like your voice. I did get voice as one of the slips that came out earlier. So they like your voice a lot. That's for sure. You could also even be like a singer or somebody who works with your voice. I often think about that when it comes to the swords. Swords like remind me a little bit of like a microphone. So they might just really enjoy your voice. They could be listening. If you've ever left them voicemails, they might be like listening to those voicemails over and over again. The swords makes me think like there's a little bit of loneliness or a little bit of isolation in this connection. So you guys might not be in full contact right now. But yeah, I think overall, like they have a good opinion of you. I think that when they think about you, it kind of makes them feel a little bit bad about themselves. But like I said, that's not really your fault or your concern or your problem. Oh, do I feel a little bit bad for this person? Yes, but not like in a way that's like I pity them. Like I wouldn't say that I pity them. I would just say that they have a lot of issues with perfectionism and wanting to seem like that perfect person for you, when like you probably do have really high standards, and that's valuable and that's totally fair. But like if somebody wants to be with you, then they need to, you know, raise themselves up to meet those standards. And I think that that's what this person wants to do. They're trying to figure out how to do it, and they might be a little bit tired. They might be a little bit tired in trying to do that, but they still want to do it. Okay. All right, pile 5. I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like button. You can leave me a comment down below. And please subscribe to my channel as well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi there, pile 6. Oh my god, I almost forgot which pile it was on. There's so many. I'm doing 8 piles today, so there was a lot going on before. If you chose this war card, then that means that this is going to be your pile. Yay! All right, I'm going to go ahead and get our identifiers out. This will help you to know for sure if this pile is yours or not. At least one of them should be familiar or significant to you in some way. Since you are asking about like another person, it could also be familiar or significant to them in some way that you know of. Spirit, who's in pile 6? Who are our viewers in pile 6? Who are they? Who's in pile 6 here? While I'm doing this, go ahead and hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel. It helps keep us connected so that I can read your energy more specifically, which is awesome, especially since these are free readings. All right, pile 6. Who's in pile 6? Anybody else in pile 6 that needs to come out? Anybody else in pile 6? There we go. Anybody else in pile 6? Okay. All right. No. Okay. Cool. All right, pile 6. Let's see. We've got famous last words. Okay, interesting. You might have heard somebody say that, or you might have seen that somewhere recently. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. It's a movie and also a book. Doctor Strange, Marvel. I don't know what to say about that because I'm not like a big Marvel person, but you might have like seen the movie lately. That could be your favorite Marvel movie. Could be, have some, like maybe the person that you're thinking about is a big fan of Doctor Strange or Marvel in general. Flight 99 by Taku, Matt McWaters, and Masego. That's a song. New Orleans, the city. We got Randall Park. He's an actor. He's the dad on Fresh Off the Boat. He's also in Always Be My Maybe and a few other things. Ruffles, that could be like the chips or like ruffled fabric on a piece of clothing. So maybe you wore that recently, or you saw somebody wearing ruffles today or eating ruffles, or this person could have been doing the same thing, like the person you're asking about. Marilyn Monroe, Nicki Minaj. So Nicki Minaj has a song called Marilyn Monroe, but it doesn't have to be that. It could just be like Marilyn Monroe herself. You could be a fan of her or seen her somewhere recently, or the person you're asking about might be a fan of either Nicki Minaj or Marilyn Monroe. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He is an actor. A British actor. Is he British? I think so. Sweet Love by Anita Baker. We've got blues. Blue, so the color blue, like could be your favorite color, or blues music. You could really like that. I'm also thinking about Blues Clues, the TV show on Nickelodeon, like Nick Jr. for some reason. Dorito Loco Tacos. Maybe you guys ate those recently or thought about them. Good by Better Than Ezra. That's a song. Endings, Beginnings. This is a movie starring Shailene Woodley. You've got the Joker, Steve Miller Band. That's a song. Cheerleader by Omi, the Felix Jane radio edit. That's that song. He's like, oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Okay. McDonald's. So we've got both Taco Bell and McDonald's in here. That's interesting. Wake Up in the Sky by Gucci Mane, Bruno Mars, and Kodak Black. It's a song. Baskin Robbins. So that could be the ice cream store, but it also could be like Carol Baskins or like Tony Robbins or maybe like Robin Hood, something like that. Karaoke. So maybe you're like going to karaoke, maybe you really like karaoke, maybe the person you're asking about likes karaoke. Piano. Interesting. That also just made me think of like a piano bar. And the number 1. So that could be like the month of January. You could live on the first floor. They could live on the first floor. You could be born on the first. You could be an only child. Things like that. Okay. All right, pile 6. So I pre-pulled our cards, and we're going to be using some cards from the What Do You Meme game. I'm going to use this as a channeled message for later, so I'm going to set that aside right now. And then we've got some feelings here from the Mermaids, messages from the Mermaids deck, excuse me. This is an archetype card that will tell you kind of how they see you and how they feel about you. It could also represent them, I guess, in that case. And then we've got their open feelings for you here, and then these are their hidden feelings for you. So you're actually the only pile that came out with only one open feelings card, which made me think that like this person, you may not know them very well, especially since there are so many hidden feelings here. And if you do know this person very well, that's fine. They may just not be showing you how they truly feel about you, okay? Which is probably why you're here. Probably why you're here wondering. All right, so how do they feel about pile 6? How do they feel about pile 6? Here we go. Tension, stress. This kid is gonna give himself a headache. They also could be just like super focused on you so much that it's like they're popping the veins in their brain out because they're focusing so hard. Also makes me think about like constipation. How do they feel about pile 6? Discernment. Interesting. This person may have to make like a real effort to try and stay away from you. That is possible. How do they feel about pile 6? Old soul. So, okay. I just got like this whole thing, but this person might be kind of like delusional when it comes to you, and they might be trying to exercise their discernment, but they might like be of the belief that you guys shared like past lives together or something, which whether that's true or not, I cannot say. But they might think that. That might be their thoughts, okay? What are their open feelings about pile 6? We got 8 of Cups. So that is like a card of wanting to come back to somebody. So this person may have walked away from you in the past. And like I said, they may be exercising a lot of energy of trying to stay away from you, okay? You guys might have had some sort of fight or big blowout in the past, or there could be some sort of like thing between your families or between like your groups or whatever, where you guys might not be on the best terms or allowed to see each other or something like that, and so they're really trying to stay away from you. That is exactly like what discernment thinks or feels like to me, like trying to make a good choice like in their best interest and everybody else's best interest, but it also means like paying very close attention. Okay, so this person definitely wants to come back to you, but it looks like outside forces are kind of what kept you guys apart in the first place, which makes sense because of this war here. But I'm saying that because in this card we've got these vines, and it seems like the vines are the ones that like tore this column apart. Okay, so what otherwise would have stood strong was actually torn apart, and stood strong and was man-made was torn apart by the forces of nature. Okay, so interesting. What are their secret hidden feelings for you? Okay, let me do this one at a time. We've got the 7 of Wands here. Okay, this is like very argumentative or combative energy here. This is like a flame. They definitely have some sort of a flame towards you, whether that flame is anger or obsession. I guess we'll find out. But I'm kind of thinking anger, maybe, who knows? It could be obsession too. I'm feeling them both pretty equally, actually. What do they feel about pile 6? I keep forgetting what pile you guys are. The High Priestess. This is like about intuition. Like they definitely feel like they've known you before. They definitely feel like you guys have shared some sort of like deep past or karmic relationship before. Whether or not you actually have in this lifetime or not, I cannot say, as I said before, but they feel intuitively drawn to you. They feel like they know you, even if they don't really know you, okay? And they really enjoy how feminine you are, how in tune with like the moon and the nighttime you are, or they at least perceive you to be that way. They perceive you as being fierce but lovable, okay? I also heard earlier that there may be like some sort of, how do I want to put this? It's going to come back to me. I don't know. All right, how do they feel about pile 6? This is the 4 of Wands. Ooh. Okay, yeah, they definitely think you guys are like meant to be together. Okay, what I was going to say earlier was like they have this feeling about you, but it could be that like maybe somebody else told them that like you were bad news, or told them that it was just a bad idea to get involved with you, whether that has anything to do with you or not, okay? But they think that you guys are like meant to be together. And this is like in a little bit of I'm not going to say like stalker way or like a weird way, because I'm not getting that full on vibe right now, But like the amount of energy that they're exercising trying to use their discernment and to stay away from you is like very, very strong. They want to come back towards you so bad. You could have broken up with this person, especially like with war here, right? You could have broken up with this person. You could have broken their heart. Their friends might be like saying, you know, like, no, you deserve better than that. You don't deserve to be treated that way or whatever. And I'm not saying that you did anything wrong. You know, I don't know you. But they are trying so hard to stay away from you. But I think that they secretly think that like you guys are meant to be together. Okay. How does this person feel about pile 6? 2 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, they're ready to take some action. They're not trying to think about this anymore. Like they're not trying to just sit and wait and be patient about it anymore either. They actually want to take some sort of action towards you, and that's why we have this card here. I think that they do have plans to come back towards you if there's been a separation, and if it is a situation where like you maybe don't know this person as well, they're planning on making a move. Okay, they've thought about it a lot and they're finally planning on making a move. Let's get a channel message from this person. How do they feel about pile 6? When you catch your reflection in a store window and realize being born was a huge mistake. Okay, so my first thing to say is that this person definitely feels very self-conscious around you, okay? But they also kind of feel like there's like this star-crossed lovers situation. And this could be friends too, like it doesn't have to be lovers. I'm just kind of thinking about it in that light, but they're feeling like, and I guess could be siblings too, if it really is, if we're getting down to it. But they're kind of feeling like, you know, coming to Earth this time was a little bit of a mistake, and that like maybe they needed some more time in the astral realm before they came back and did this again, because like it's so hard to make a choice that's best for them, and this might be a karmic situation that they're having a hard time letting go of, and everybody else can kind of see it, but they can't hold out long enough in order to do like what everybody else thinks is best for them. Okay. And I think that they are just they're torn up inside about it. They're having a really hard time with it. And they're fighting it. They are fighting it here with the 7 of Wands. They're also fighting off everybody else's negative opinions about it and about you. And I'm sorry if this hurts your feelings. I hope it doesn't. But yeah, they are fighting off like other people's negative opinions and stuff about you, because they just feel like they know you on such a deeper level than what these other people know you, or how these other people know you. And they feel like you guys are just connected. Like they feel you guys are meant to be, even if it's like you're meant to be friends, or, you know, you guys are siblings, like you're meant to have that close connection. Okay. If it is a love relationship, they feel like you guys are supposed to like get married and stuff like that, you know? But yeah, this person's ego is hurt. This person is not having like the best opinion of themselves at the moment. And I do think it's because they're having a hard time with self-control, okay? They're having a very hard time with self-control. Sorry, I just thought about the constipation thing again. I'm not laughing at them. I don't know why I thought about that. I was also thinking about like self-control. We have a lot of wands here, and if you know about wands, they can represent sexual energies. Like they may be having hard time exerting self-control in that way too. All right, guys. And I accidentally just like snapped something here off camera, and it just made me think of like how people will use like those rubber bands to like snap their wrist to keep them from doing a behavior that they don't want to do, or that isn't good for them, right? So I think that this person is trying so hard to change their ways when it comes to you, or to change how they think about you. And I don't know if it's working. I genuinely don't know if it's working, because I think that they have a really deep-seated belief that like you guys are meant to be together. Okay, so that's like exhausting for both of you guys, so I'm not surprised. Okay, and I'm also thinking now about some of the slips that we got. I'm thinking about famous last words. Like this person might have, when they broke things off with you the first time, they might have left things like on kind of like a perfect note. Like maybe it's like, you know, when you have like the perfect comeback or whatever, right? but they actually really want to talk to you again. And they're trying so hard not to, but they're trying to leave their last words as what they were, but they're not really successful at it. I'm also thinking about the Dorito Loco Tacos and the McDonald's. You know, like fast food is known to have like addictive elements to it to keep you coming back, and like things that are like unique about them, like Dorito Loco Tacos, you know, they have the Dorito shell and that's like unique about them. I think this person feels that way about you. Like there's some sort of like unique thing or addictive thing that makes it really hard for them to not come back to you and to exert self-control. Okay. I'm also thinking about that that scene, or I guess not the scene, but the plot point in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Sorry guys, I just knocked the table. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, when it's revealed that, you know, Ginny has been writing in this notebook, the Tom Riddle notebook, and she is like being kind of like possessed or like guided to do things that she wouldn't normally do, and it's causing her a lot of stress and stuff and like inner turmoil, right? I feel like you're kind of going through something similar. Not you, they, excuse me. The person you're asking about is kind of like going through something similar. So, yeah, okay. Interesting. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading. I have no opinions about this one way or the other. I can't tell you what to do about this situation. You know, you have your own free will. But I hope that it resonated, and I hope that you liked it. So definitely give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want, I would love to hear what the situation is. So if you want to go ahead and comment in the comments and let me know, tell us the story. That would be so fun. All right, guys. I will see you later in the next one. Bye. Hey there, Pile 7. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Angsty Teen card, then that means that this reading is going to be for you. Maybe the person you're asking about is an angsty teen. Maybe you met them when you were an angsty teen. Maybe you identify as an angsty teen yourself. But either way, we're going to get our identifiers out just to make sure that this pile is actually for you, because I hate for people to waste their time watching a reading that is not for them. So the way that these work is that at least one of them should be familiar to you, significant in your life somehow, or you might have like come across them recently. Same thing could be said for the other person. So maybe it's not significant to you, but it might be significant to the person that you're asking about, for example. So like if there's a song that comes out, maybe you don't super care for the song, but you know that they really like the song, right? So that's just an example. While I'm doing this, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, because it connects us more and makes my readings for you more specific. Who's in pile 7? Let's see. Spirit, who's in pile 7? The people who chose the Angsty Teen card for this reading, which is, how do they feel about you? Who's in pile 7? Pile 7. Who are my pile 7 people? How will they know that this pile is for them? Anybody else in pile 7? All right. I think that's it. All right, so we got Fall Out Boy. That's a band, like a pop punk band. We've got Nicole Byer. She's an actress. She was on Girl Code. She was on Grand Crew. And then I think she was also part of like a competition show that was on Netflix, but I don't remember what show it was. Self-date. So that could be like you took yourself out on a date. Maybe you've spent some time being celibate, or just, you know, trying to get to know yourself better before getting back into the dating scene or something like that. Morris Chestnut, he's an actor, beautiful, handsome actor. He is in many movies, but a lot of people know him for his work in The Best Man or Rosewood, that TV show. Hide Your Kids, Hide Your Wife. That was from that Antoine Dodson video where he was like, they're coming through your windows. ATVs, those are four-wheelers that people like ride through like the country and stuff. We're Going to Be Friends by the White Stripes. It's a song. Sassafras, Cypress, and Indigo, by Ntozake Shange. It's a book. Pranks, or the TV show Punk'd. So maybe you might really like to do pranks, or you might have been the victim of a prank recently, or the person you're asking about. Same thing applies there. 23. So you could be 23. You could be born on the 23rd. I'm also thinking about like Michael Jordan. His number was 23. There's that song by Blink-182, What's My Age Again, where they're like, nobody likes you when you're 23. There's also another song by Miley Cyrus and Mike Will Made It called 23. So there's a lot of applications to this. You might have seen somebody, or like seen the number 23 around a lot, or you might have seen somebody wearing 23 on a jersey, or seen somebody, like you might really like wearing Jordan's shoes, that kind of thing. 12/12, so that could be the time 12/12, it could be December 12th, something like that. Okay, we've got Las Vegas. Okay, so maybe you're like planning a trip to Vegas, you're from Vegas, you recently got back from Vegas, maybe the person you're asking about, similar things. And Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. It's interesting because like when I first started reading, I was kind of like out of breath and I didn't know where it was coming from. I just walked my dog, but like was not out of breath when I got home. It was just when I sat down. So it's interesting that this came out. Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. That's a song. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and write these in my tarot journal, and then I will be right back. All right, pile 7. So I decided to pre-pull our cards for us because I'm using some kind of unconventional cards. I've got these What Do You Meme cards that are going to act as channel messages and just a little bit additional insight into how this person feels about you. I'm going to put the channel messages to the side for now. We'll do those at the end. I also got some messages from the Mermaids feelings cards. An archetype card that's going to tell you how this person views you or how they feel about you. It might also describe themselves, I guess, in some cases. And then we've got 2 different types of tarot cards here. I've got the Tarot del Fuego deck, which is going to be their open feelings, like the feelings that they say out loud, that other people know about, other people can easily see. And we've got their hidden feelings here with the Wild Unknown Tarot. So I'm going to leave those for a little bit later. And we're going to start here with the What Do You Meme card. So Spirit, how does this person, the person that they're asking about, how did they feel about pile 7? Oh, why must things be this way? This is the card that you guys got. That's so silly. Okay, interesting. Why must things be this way? So that goes so well with this angsty teen here, because I feel like that's what all angsty teens are thinking about. Like, Mom, why? Dad, why? Why is it like this? Why can't I go with my friends? You know? This person may or may not, like I said, be a teen, or you may have like met them when you were a teen, but I'm getting not only angst, but also like a little bit of anxiety, existentialism, trying to just figure out like life. Why are we here? What are we doing here? All of that stuff, right? How does this person feel about pile 7? Hope. Interesting. So they're hopeful that things are gonna, you know, work out in their favor. Hopeful that things could work out for the best, whether that is between the two of you. They definitely have hope in this situation. And I think all teens, like, you know, there's that campaign where they're like, it gets better, and it is specifically geared towards LGBTQIA plus people, but I do think it's a message for anybody who is angsty, maybe considering something like self-harm or unaliving themselves, or just who's going through a hard time and doesn't feel accepted, right? There's this wanting people to know that, like, why must things be this way? Like, it's okay. Have hope for the future because it does get better. And interestingly enough, also in this picture, I don't know if you guys can see this, but in the ear, it looks like I can see the letters CH. So those might actually be relevant to you as well. That's random. I just noticed that. Okay, cool. So let's see. How does this person feel about pile 7? Admirer. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this person might have a little crush on you. They might be interested in getting to know you better. I'm definitely thinking about that song Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus, where they're like, I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. And he, in the song, he like has a crush on this girl, and he thinks that maybe she thinks he's weird, and he's always wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt, which like, is that part of, I don't really know what Iron Maiden's logo looks like, but for some reason I'm thinking it has a skull in it. I have no idea. I could be totally wrong, but this teen looks like he's wearing like a skull t-shirt, so I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if you are aware, if you know the things that I don't know. But he like has a crush on her, and he doesn't like her boyfriend, and then she approaches him one day and is like, I've got 2 tickets to Iron Maiden, come with me Friday, you know. So she actually asks him out on a date, and he was like agonizing over her this whole time. So it's a cute song. If you're not familiar with it, definitely go listen to it. Something else that is interesting, I think, was that we had ATVs come up in our slips. And I was gonna say this, but I didn't. When I was saying, like going through them, I was saying like, sometimes I'll mention that they take ATVs out a lot on Bachelor in Paradise, and sometimes even on The Bachelor, the TV show, the dating show. They'll do it as like a date. They'll go on ATVs together. I just got kind of itchy. Sorry, guys. And I didn't mention it, but I should have, because like this guy, he has a rose, and you know, like the rose is like the symbol of that whole franchise, is The Bachelor and Bachelor in Paradise. So maybe you guys like that show, maybe this person likes that show, maybe you guys watch it together, but definitely there is this idea of like wanting to be chosen, okay? Trying to get chose. All right, let's see. How does this person feel openly about pile 7? What is their open feelings about pile 7? All right, we got the 3 of Wands in reverse. We've got the Knave of Pentacles. That is the Page of Pentacles here. Sorry, guys. You know, YouTube, they're very strict about stuff like that. So we've got the 6 of Swords in reverse. We've got the 8 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so right off the bat, like this person definitely wants to spend time with you, and they think that whatever they have with you could be worthwhile, but they don't see it happening anytime soon, and they're not planning on making any moves towards you, okay? If this is like a friend crush, like that's fine, but if it's a, you know, romantic crush, they feel like they've like sent out some signals, but those signals haven't been returned. So like, you know, they're like dropping hints here and there. They might have tried to spend some time with you, but maybe it didn't work out, and it just kind of seems like they don't have any plans. Like they might have tried to make plans, but the plans got canceled or something like that, okay? How does this person feel about pile 7? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so they feel like they've got some things to offer, but they also feel a little bit insecure. Like maybe they're working a little harder for this connection than they normally would, or than they would normally want to. Okay, let's see. How does this person feel about pile 7? Ace of Swords in reverse. They're like a little bit afraid to talk to you. They're a little bit afraid that like what they say, they'll say the wrong thing, that it might not come out right. They think about you, but they don't like to think about you. Like thinking about you at this point is a little bit painful for them, okay? Yeah, I definitely get that, the angsty team, but they're holding on to hope, and they definitely like really like you, and they think that like you're a person worth spending some time with. If this is a friendship, then I think the same thing kind of still applies. You know, like when you're first starting to be friends with people, it can kind of be like the similar courtship to when you're first starting to date someone. You know, you have to like start planning when you guys are going to see each other. Like if it was a school situation, when are you guys going to see each other outside of school? When are you guys going to hang out? How are you going to, you know, relate to each other? And you're going to like, you know, text and talk on the phone and send each other memes and stuff. And you sometimes wonder if you're doing too much or taking it too far. And I think that this person is hopeful that you guys will be able to get a deeper connection, but they're a little bit afraid to talk to you. And as of right now, they have no plans as to how they're going to actually deepen the connection. They're like stuck in an angst and anxiety situation. And I definitely think that they just kind of wish that things were easier between the two of you. But this is like their open feelings. So I'm excited to see what their hidden feelings are. I'm going to scoot these up a little bit. What are their hidden feelings for pile 7? We got the Son of Swords. Let me just make sure that's fully in the frame there. Okay, cool. And then we've got, that's the Page of Swords. We've got the Four of Swords. Interesting. So like I said, they do think like of themselves as being a cool person. They do think that they have some things to offer you. So like secretly they're like, okay, I'm kind of chill. Like I'm kind of chilling on this. And they might be looking at your social media a lot. They could think you're really cool. They even though they don't have plans to come forward at this time, they could be like plotting on how to make those plans, how to do that. So outwardly they're silent, but inwardly they have a lot that they want to say. They could be like writing about you in their journal. They could be dreaming about you at night, especially like with the sun here and this lamb. It just makes me think of like their third eye could be really active. And Four of Swords in other decks, you can see that they are depicted like lying down. So they could be also daydreaming about you, right? It's interesting. Like, so we've got the sun kind of like peeking through these clouds here in the Hope card. And then it's peeking through a little bit here. This might be the moon. Some light peeking through here in this Admirer card. And then we have like the sun here in this one. And it just makes me think like they do have a lot of optimism about the potential future of this connection. The potential future of it, right? But in real life, there's not that much going on. In real life, there's not that much going on, but they think about like what could be, right? And I think that they are just really nervous when it comes to talking to you and approaching you, because maybe you haven't been picking up what they're putting down. Like they could be putting down all these signals for you here with this Three of Wands. Like this could also be messages that they've written but didn't send. So like when I say signals, I mean like body language or, you know, short interactions that they may have with you where they're trying to get to know you a little bit better or compliment you or talk to you or whatever. But then when it comes to Three of Wands, it could be that like Three of Wands reverse, they might have written messages, especially with the Son of Swords here, written messages and then decided not to send them. Like typing out a text and then backspace, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, this person likes you, but they're a little scaredy cat. Let's see what the channeled messages say from this What You Meme deck. How does their person feel about pile 7? We've got when you're a vegan and haven't told anyone in 7 minutes. So there's like this thing I think that they believe is special about them or about you. And I think that's why they have this confidence. Like I said, they believe that they're like a cool person, but they're trying to hold back from saying whatever they want to say. Like it's a big part of their life and a part of their day is the time that they spend thinking about you and daydreaming about you, but like they don't want to say it. And they might tell other people about it, but they're not going to tell you. Okay. How does this person feel about pile 7? Okay, let's see. When someone says they're more of a cat person than a dog person. So yeah, you guys might have some kind of like fundamental differences. You know, people often think that cats and dogs are like very different. And so they might be like, why are you like this? You know, maybe they're the cat person or they're the dog person and then you're the opposite, right? And they just like wanted you guys to be perfectly matched on every level, but like everybody's bound to have their differences. And so it might be like joking on like these small things that make you guys different, right? But also when you're in that kind of teenager frame of mind, you just want to click with somebody so badly that you like want to find people who are like you. So they may have some little minor anxiety about the things that are different about the two of you. How does this person feel about pile 7? When you sit down after somebody and the seat is warm. Oh. So, okay, this is making me think that like if you guys are in a school setting, whether this is a actual school or like college or university level or whatever, you guys might have a class together or they might have class after you might have class after them, something like that. but also like they just like knowing that you're there, like that you're around, that you're alive. It makes them feel warm, it makes them feel fuzzy, it makes them feel like life is worth living just knowing that you're around, even if you maybe don't feel the same way about them as they feel about you. They definitely wish that you did, but it is exciting to them to know that you're around. And like I said, this doesn't have to be a crush, this could be like a friendship. And if it is a friendship, like they just really like knowing that like you exist and that you maybe are interested in the same things that they're interested in, even if it is not like to a T, you guys are matching on every single level. Like they just like knowing that you're there. I just heard something about like lab partners. I don't know if you guys are lab partners or whatever, but I got that. Okay. Sorry guys, I just had to rearrange the cards a little bit. It was bothering me. Okay, so what is this person feeling about pile 7? How does this person feel about pile 7? That face you make while people are singing you happy birthday. So this is like on your birthday, it's like a special day and you're supposed to be made to feel special, but some people actually get really uncomfortable when they are the center of attention. So I think that applies here. Like this person, you are special to them, or you make them feel special, but it also makes them feel uncomfortable. So that could be why they haven't come forward. That could be maybe like why they're not talking to you in the 3D. But I do think that they want to talk to you. They definitely spend a lot of time thinking about you and watching you as well, daydreaming about you. And they do see something very special in you that causes them to admire you and have hope for the future. So if you want to, of course we all have free will, right? If you want to, like I could say that you would not be turned down if you decided to approach this person and start a conversation with them, or ask them to hang out or whatever, ask them on a date if it's a romantic situation and you're inclined to do that. That's your own personal prerogative. But I would also say that being a being of free will, you can also like wait and see if this person is going to come forward to you or not. It's your choice, and you asked how this person felt about you, and this is how they feel. There's a little bit of anxiety, there's a little bit of angst, but there's also a lot of like hope and excitement. And they want to open up, especially here with this one. They want to open up to you, but they're scared. They're definitely very afraid of what that would look like. And if they showed you all the things that they were thinking and feeling, they're afraid that it would be too vulnerable for them. But they're also kind of like, how can I talk to them without telling them all the things? Like they want to tell you that they're a cat person. They want to tell you that they're a vegan. These are obviously just examples based off of these cards here, but like they want you to know like everything about them. And it's almost like if they told you one thing, they would want to tell you everything. It was like the floodgates would just open and they wouldn't be able to stop themselves. It would be like word vomit. And so I think that's kind of why they don't say as much as they want to say. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave your reading here. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you for liking this video and for subscribing to my channel. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below to tell me about your situation, because I always love to hear the hot gossip. You know how it goes. And if it resonated as well. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there, pile 8. If you chose the dancing shoes, then this is going to be your reading about how do they feel about you. Exciting stuff. And just, as a typical measure on my part, I'm going to do our identifiers from our lip bowl for you, because I don't like it when people waste their time watching videos that are not for them. So at least one of them should resonate for you, should maybe be significant to you somehow in your life, whether it's been significant recently or in the past, or it could have shown up in your life recently. Like for example, if there is like an actor that pops out of the bowl, you might really like that actor and be like a genuine fan of theirs, but you also might just have like seen them in an ad or in a movie or something just the other day, right? So that might be how it showed up. And also, since you're asking about another person, some of the things that come out of the bowl might be significant to that other person if they're not significant to you. So with the actor example, like maybe you don't really care about that actor, but the person you're asking about like really, really likes them, right? So yeah, let's see. Who's in pile 8, Spirit? Who are my people in pile 8? And while I'm going and getting your identifiers out, don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe to my channel, because when you subscribe, it makes us more connected and it makes our readings more specific for you and more tuned to your energy. Who's in pile 8, Spirit? Who are the people in pile 8? Who's in pile 8 for this reading? How do they feel about you? Who's in pile 8? Anybody else in pile 8? Anybody else? Okay, cool. All right, my pile 8 people, we've got Honey by Kuka, the Medicine remix. It's a song. We have the number 10, so that could be October, could be the 10th, it could be you live on the 10th floor or in the 10th building of your apartment complex, or you have 10 people in your family, or maybe it's like 10 o'clock right now while you're watching it. I mean, it could be anything. You have a $10 bill in your pocket, anything like that. Bali. Okay. You could have also like met this person when you were 10, something like that. Maya Angelou. She is an author and a poet. We've got the number 8. So all the same things for 10 also apply here. The month of August, a date on the 8th. 8 could be your lucky number. 10 could be your lucky number. 10, 108, 8, 10, those like combined together. And then we have the number 2 here too. So 1082, 2810, 1028, anything like that. Any combination of those numbers as well. Edibles, if you know, you know. Usman from 90 Day Fiancé. If you know, you know. He is a Nigerian musical artist who has been on 90 Day Fiancé several times because he has had like American girlfriends who, and also like one wife who were trying to bring him to the United States. Seth Rogen, there's an actor, famous actor known for his comedy. Chemical Hearts, that's a movie starring Lily Reinholt. I don't really know how to say her last name. At least I think she's the one in the movie, and I believe it's on Netflix, but it might be on Amazon Prime. But it's like a teenage love story. The number 6, you guys got the most numbers out of anybody. Also, 2 plus 6 equals 8, and 8 plus 2 equals 10. So this is just giving like, I know that's addition, not multiplication, but it's like giving this idea of like growing something, right? So that could be the month of June, 2 could be the month of February, stuff like that. So wherever these things apply, any of these could be your lucky numbers. Combination of these numbers in any way could be significant to you. We got Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. It's a song. The Majesties by Tiffany Sao. That's a book. That book would be really cool if I made it into a movie, actually. Courtney B. Vance. He is an actor, married to Angela Bassett, but he's been in a lot of stuff. All Night Long by Lionel Richie. That's a song. We've got Blueberries. So maybe like you really like blueberries, or you ate something with blueberries in it earlier. Your person could really like blueberries. Haterade. Sipping on that Haterade. Of course, Haterade is like a play off of Gatorade, so maybe Gatorade is significant somehow. We Used to Be Friends by the Dandy Warhols. That is a song. It's also the theme song for Veronica Mars. So if you're a fan of that show, or the person that you're asking about is a fan of that show. And then we got Build-A-Bear, where you go and you build a stuffed animal. Very cute, very cute. Okay, I'm gonna write these down in my tarot journal. I'll be right back. Alrighty, pile 8. So I pre-pulled our cards because I'm using a little bit unconventional means today, and I just thought it was a better idea. I've got some What Do You Mean cards. This one's going to be like a channeled message from them, and it's also going to offer more insight into how they feel about you. This one is like a picture that's going to give us that insight. I'm going to put this one over to the side for now because we're going to read that at the end. I have this Mermaids card that's going to give us just straight up feelings. This archetype card is going to give us more information about like their relationship to you or how they see you, how they feel about you. Then these two piles right here are going to be their open feelings and their hidden feelings for you. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side. That's the Tarot del Fuego here, and this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay, so how does this person feel about pile 8? Oh, that's so cute. That's Prince, what's his name? I want to say George. I don't know. I'm not like the biggest follower of the royal family, so I don't really know what's going on there, but adorable, adorable. This is definitely giving like, they look like this when they look at you. It's just like an adoring face. One where they're just like, oh my gosh, so sweet. You're doing amazing, sweetie. I love you. How do they feel about you? How did they feel about pile 8? Ooh, love. Didn't I just say, I love you? Okay, so yeah, they definitely have some loving feelings for you. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Nobody else's pile, out of all the other piles that I had, like none of them were straight up just like love. They love you. Okay, let's see. How does this person feel about pile 8? Capricorn. Interesting. So this definitely, you know, in the tarot, the devil is the Capricorn energy. So there could be some possessiveness here in this relationship. But they also feel like very responsible for you. Okay. There's also like some sexual feelings when it comes to you, you know. They might get around you and like just want to take their shirt off, but like they also just really like you. They want to have fun together with the dancing shoes here. They might want to take you out dancing. They definitely are the type of person who wants to like build something, and they see this very seriously. Okay, this also could be like they want to have kids with you with this picture here. So okay, let's see, what are their open feelings for pile 8? Open feelings for pile 8. Got the King of Pentacles in reverse here. Okay, interesting. And then what are their open feelings for pile 8? So interestingly enough, for the King of Pentacles in reverse, they may actually feel like they're not good enough for you. And also with that being like, we have the Capricorn here, they could be very like money minded and very, very money focused. And they may not feel like they have enough to offer you in order to like come forward or to be the person that you want them to be. Okay. How do they feel about pile 8? Queen of Wands. Ooh, they're very attracted to you though. What did I say before? They're very attracted to you, darling. Yeah. They think you are super attractive. They think you're a hottie, okay? That's why I said that sexual energy was coming through with the devil card. It's not the devil card. I don't know why I said that, because he's wearing horns. He's got horns in this picture. Can you see that? Can you see his little horns right here? With this Capricorn energy. Yeah, they are definitely very attracted to you. They want to get around you, take their shirt off, take your shirt off, do whatever they can that people do with their shirts off. They're into it. They're into it and they're interested, okay? How do they feel about pile 8, okay? Definitely I'm getting like very like baby making energy here, okay? How do they feel about pile 8? All right, we've got the 8 of Wands. They want to move fast. So they want things to move quickly, okay? You might be in a long-term relationship with this person already, and if you are, then like they are trying to get to the next step with you. If you're not, then they would love for things to move as quickly as possible for you guys to like be together, okay? They see you and it strikes them like lightning, all right? It kindles their fires in all sense of the word. I think that like, even if they feel like they maybe are not good enough for you, like they will do what it takes to try and be that person for you, okay? They might be working on it. How do they feel about pile 8? Ooh, this is the 7 of Pentacles here. Yeah, this is just like reinforcing what I said before. They don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Dawson's Creek may be significant somehow, because I literally, not only that song that I was just singing is like the theme song to Dawson's Creek, but also after I filmed pile 7, in pile 7 I was talking about this song called Teenage Dirtbag by Wheatus, because it was giving that energy a lot. And I went on Spotify and I listened to it in between pile 7 and pile 8, and it was, the version that I picked was on the Dawson's Creek soundtrack. like the album art that they put was like Dawson's Creek original soundtrack. And I was like, that's weird. And now that song, I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole, is coming up in my mind when I said this about the Seven of Pentacles. So I don't know, Dawson's Creek could be significant to either of you guys somehow, or maybe this is just like a sign for you to go watch it. I don't know. That's not one of my slips. I don't know why I felt like mentioning that, but maybe it should be. Anyway, yeah, they're not trying to wait. They are trying to like lock you down. They want to lock you down, okay? That's definitely what I'm getting. What are their feelings about Pile? Okay, so I want to say before I go into this, these are their hidden feelings, right? These are their open feelings. And openly, they're like willing to let you know how attracted to you they are. And they also are willing to be open about the fact that they may not think that they're good enough for you. They could be openly concerned with their job or with their money. They could be a workaholic, okay? They might work, in your opinion, too much. But I think that they're willing to either change their lifestyle a little bit for you, especially if you guys do have kids, or you're thinking about having kids, or you would maybe like to have children with this person. But also, they want to, they're willing to overwork if it means being able to be the provider for you in the relationship, okay? And that can be good. It can also be bad. They also may be really into working out, and it might be like a little too much sometimes. Especially like with dancing shoes here, it just makes me think that they like to move a lot. So they might either constantly be on the move in terms of like always running or always at the gym or always, doing some sort of activity. Or if their boss says jump, they're going to say how high, right? If they're going to do literally whatever it takes to do to get to that top dog position. And in some ways, like, that's not great for a relationship, okay? And I don't see them being like super dominant or domineering with you, although that can be part of like the Capricorn's nature. I'm not getting that energy. I think it's more like in a workplace setting, okay? They're willing to step on other people if it means getting to the top position in order to be a better provider for you, okay? And that's something that like is out in the open. Everybody knows this about them. But what people don't know about them, because they seem so steady and they seem so hardworking and like willing to put in all the time and the hours at the gym or at work or whatever, with you, they are like, you know what? Okay, the investment is in the future. Like, I want us to be stable now, and then the investment comes in the future. Like, we have the rest of our lives to do the investing. I want us together now. So they kind of have like an interesting idea and attitude when it comes to your relationship or to how they feel about you that you may not know. All right, how do they feel about pile 8? When your crush texts you cute things like, who's this? And how'd you get this number? Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, they want to skip all of the beginning parts of the relationship, like when you guys are just getting to know each other, and they just want to go straight to like the commitment. They're not like, they're very irritated, I think, by the courtship process, but they know that it's necessary in order to get to where they want to go. And it's so silly. This is like, text you cute things like, who's this and how'd you get this number? Because it makes it think of like, it's stalkerish, but it's not really. Like, this person has definitely done research on you, okay? They definitely maybe have had their eye on you for a while. Yeah. And I think that you might be less serious about them than they are about you, but they don't want to let you know how serious they are about you. That's like the hidden feelings over here. I think that they just want you to know that they think you're really attractive and that they like are willing to put in work for you, okay? But they're actually really, really serious, and they're trying to just like get to the point where you can be serious about them too, and you guys could just be together and like make babies. Okay, yeah. Do you like this person? I don't know. I'm not sure. Based on this card, I'm not sure. But, that's for you to tell me in the comments. I would love to hear in the comments how you feel about pile 8, about this person, not about pile 8. Pile 8's you. I'd love to hear about you, how you feel about this person. So, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave the reading here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking this video and subscribing. It means a lot to me, and I look forward to reading your comments. Bye, y'all.